Yes. Go ahead.
Cool. I'll start the recap. So, when last we left our party, they'd had their tense negotiations with the Deep Terror and had learned of one of the locations of a ritual by the cult of Zernas that was being used to attack Istus. The party left their escort to go and disrupt the ritual, and after a hard-fought battle, they were successful. They managed to destroy the ritual core. Rob almost died, by the way. Managed to destroy the ritual core and restore part of Istus's domain.
That was fine, though.
Possession of a crystal eye, which seemed to call out to him. And on the journey back, Risu was congratulated by Istus, and Hyakim was pulled into a dream by Zernas using the crystal eye. They each had a back and forth of questions for one another as Zernas expressed curiosity about why an academic would travel between worlds. Upon waking up, the party decided it was finally time to interrogate Erlan about his true nature, and Erlan claimed to be someone unimportant who had drunkenly decided he must be fate-touched on a whim. The others remained skeptical. That's basically where we ended the session. We decided that, and since you guys are level 10 now, and we've done an awful lot of overworld traveling and random encounters and such, you kind of get the idea of what travel is like at the minute. So we decided we were going to skip the fast travel back to the Bulwark, and I will put on music if that works. Hopefully it works. Come on, Rhythm.
I can't hear anything.
Okay, it's fine.
I hear something.
It's quiet. It's just ambience.
Oh yeah,
Anyway.
it was just quiet.
I believe the word is ambiance. Get it right.
Ambiance. So, it was initially a 5-day journey that led you out to the Deep Terror, and then you sort of traveled parallel in order to get to the cave, so you didn't actually really get any further away from Bulwark. So you travel probably 3 of those 5 days back to Bulwark, where you are pretty far divorced from the original path you took because of your detour to disrupt the ritual. Before you, in fact, rather than reaching Bulwark, you come across forces which you would recognize as some of the King's men. They appear to be out searching through the area. I think you sort of notice one another at the same time, and whichever one of them notices you calls out to his comrades, and they all gather to come and greet you. Sorry, I was having a drink.
Yeah, you better be. Bitch.
Upon greeting you, they seem to recognize who you are just by your appearance. Thank goodness we found you. We've been searching for days. The king has asked us personally to go out and search for you and aid in your safe return to the city. Would you mind coming with us? We'd like to provide escort.
I think we all need to huddle. Can we all huddle in a circle and just go?
It's like and look over at them every now and again.
Yeah.
Say some words like we can rob them and stuff like that.
So there's the awkward moment when these sort of 3 plate mail armored knights just stand there watching you all in the corner, clearly plotting against them, looking back into the circle and whispering to one another.
We agree.
Wonderful. Thank God. You're not going to rob us, are you? I mean,
What? Who's robbed who? No.
Well,
never.
it's just like, if anything happens to this armor, it comes out of our paychecks.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Place his hand on loot.
Are they? Is this king? Is this king also by any chance a part of the board for like Spacer's Choice or something?
Yeah, he rents them their graves as well. Okay, so these knights, in fact, you would recognize them as sending stones. It's a magical stone that sort of works similar to a walkie-talkie in order to communicate with other groups that had clearly been searching for you. Very quickly, within sort of 20 minutes or so, you are escorted by a team of about 20 knights.
That's a lot of knights.
That's an enormous amount of knights. And you are basically completely untouchable at the moment, traveling through the wilderness as they lead you back towards the city. None of them particularly try and speak to you or make an effort to reach out to you. They just seem to be doing their job, as they've been, they've said they've been sent to find you and escort you back safely. And once the citadel is in check, the gates, which previously have only ever opened, just a crack in order to let you back in, swing wide open as though accepting a large procession as you are marched in through the gates of the city, and you find your guide, Blotius, waiting just within the city for you, having been informed of your imminent return. And he sort of dashes forwards and wrings his hands together nervously. Wonderful, wonderful. You are all back, all safe, all unharmed, I hope.
Did you say he's wringing his hands together?
Yes.
Did he also mutter goy under his breath?
Wow. No, it's a nervous tick.
Okay, I'm sure.
But yeah, he's sort of busies himself fussing about the group, making sure that everyone is fine. Ordinarily, I would love to direct you all to a place of refreshment, but His Majesty asked that you immediately be brought before him upon your arrival. At your convenience, I would love to escort you back to the back to the castle.
Is there a reason he wants to see us immediately?
He is. I mean, I'm not really privy to internal affairs. My understanding is that he wanted to discuss your meeting with the Deep Terror with you all.
Talk to him about the Deep Terror. I kind of go around in my pockets and try and find the pebble.
I mean, I suppose he told us where he is.
Yeah, I mean, Blotius was sort of your guide who was coordinating your travel within the city and making sure you got to your appointments on time. He was probably aware that you were going to go see the Deep Terror. I think he was in the throne room for those conversations.
Huh.
I mean, if you want, there's an actual check you can roll to see if you think there's something going on.
Is there?
Is there something going on, or is Lego just forgotten to...
Insignificant checks?
Insight.
Nature check. Nature check.
Nature checks, yes. He is, in fact, not...
Yes, 16! What do I get for my nature check?
He is not a tree. Nor is he a herb, you think.
What?
Very insightful.
I kind of
Oh
get
my
everyone into a
goodness.
huddle, and then I'm like, guys,
He's not a tree.
He's a bush.
Three dice.
I
Is it from Zelda?
I think it's
Yes,
good.
it is,
I'm sure
actually.
This is
It is.
Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword music.
Yeah.
See a copyright.
Yeah,
Oh, thanks.
We're copyright.
Cheers,
Um,
guys.
I can change
Farron
it.
Woods.
Let's see what we got.
I'm surprised the video is even up on YouTube, to be honest.
I put a gif of Matt's caramel dancing on the memes chat.
I love it.
Hang on, I'll force.
Excellent. I'm saving that.
All right. So, yeah, with your insight check, you in fact are pretty sure you can see him concealing a knife and edging closer to you.
I pull my sword out because I'm shitting myself.
Okay. The 20 or so knights all also pull their swords out, and start looking around in confusion.
But as I pull my sword, as I pulls his sword out, he just shouts, "On guard!"
Several of the knights parrot it back and still look around in confusion.
I slap Art and then repeatedly slap all the knights for being stupid.
It's,
And then-
like, they look around and say, but he drew his sword. I thought, is there
He's
something
an idiot. He's an idiot.
I've got my eye on you.
That hurts.
What?
Blottius like damn near jumps out of his skin when you draw a sword on him.
Why was he reaching for a knife?
He wasn't.
Rob rolled a 4 on insight.
Yeah.
Oh right.
I had to
okay.
react.
Could one of us do an insight check, or can it just be the bumbling
I mean, I
buffoon?
feel like Art has kind of blown that for you guys.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we now just have to walk in.
What was the inside check for? Because I must have missed something at some point.
Well, just because you guys seemed suspicious of his manner and felt like things felt really off and weird. So, you know, an insight check is to see what your character reads into that.
I mean, he's been like this the entire time.
Yeah, I was gonna say this isn't the most.
It's still
Not like he's not
pretty.
being suspicious.
He's not being sus at all, because otherwise he'd be sus the entire time.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he wasn't doing anything aggressive, so why are we confused? He's just
No,
doing
you guys
his
are the
job,
ones
man.
questioning
I thought
stuff.
he was doing something
I-
aggressive.
The only question I asked is, why does the king want to see it so urgently?
I mean, I assume it's just as soon as we got back.
Because we just arrived, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, but previously he has like had you guys make appointments and then like
Yeah.
Exactly,
see
that's
him
why
on
I'm
his
questioning it.
schedule. This
It's
is
very
very
hard.
much the opposite situation. You
Yeah,
are correct
especially with the
about
fact that we had a massive contingent come find us. Of 20 fucking nights.
We should do another nature check.
None of the knights are trees,
Oh, damn it.
except for one of them. He looks leafy.
Is it?
wait,
Oh,
what
not
was the-
leafy, yeah.
Wait, he looks leafy. Does he have a chin?
He does not have a chin.
Fuck. 1 second,
Oh,
I need a survival
goddamn.
check this. 16. Pretty certain he's a leaf, guys.
He's a leaf.
I need to
Nice.
take a
Nice.
closer look at that leaf.
God damn
You
it.
realise he's a terrible YouTuber.
I know who he is.
On closer inspection, it is in fact that he's just like eating a bunch of berries, and it's just leaves from the berries you could see. And he is in fact a
I
dwarf.
love that you're actually giving us more info on this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm proficient in this.
Yes, you are
Oof.
certain that he
Oh,
is
wow.
not in fact a tree.
Gee.
Risu.
Yeah,
God
He is
damn.
in fact
Pretty
dwarf
positive.
in armor.
Right. Being that we're just being idiots here, I'm like, fine, sure,
Yeah.
let's be the king.
Let's go see him.
Let's go and
Okay.
see him.
So, for you guys, it probably feels like I don't know, 4 or 5 p.m. Sort of, you know, pre-evening, late afternoon.
Evening.
Did you just coin that term? Pre-thing.
I don't think I'm that imaginative. I must have heard it from somewhere.
Dusk? No, it's
Um,
before dusk.
But well, the problem is
Pru-
there is
Prusk.
no dusk.
Oh yeah.
So, in fact, there's no real sense of time at all. People seem to follow just weird shifts and like day-night schedules. But as you approach the what's it called? Yeah, the Bulwark Dragon's Keep. Instead of being led where you normally are through the keep towards the throne room, where like you previously had to take a number and wait in line, you are led through like it gets labyrinthine, like as you're led through different hallways and corridors and walking downstairs until like even those of you with like an excellent sense of direction are starting to get kind of lost. And you come to a doorway where there are two knights stood outside of it who salute you as you approach and gesture to the door for you and say, His Majesty will be with you shortly. Please wait inside.
Guess we just wander on in.
Okay. As you open the door, it appears to be sort of similar to a war room. There's like a large of what at this point you would recognize to be very similar to your own map of the continent. In the middle of it, with Bulwark and several of the surrounding cities labeled on it, including like smaller towns that you don't recognize because they're not on your map. And there's also like chairs all around this table for you guys to take a seat. And it's only a couple of minutes before you hear the sounds of armored boots approaching, and then the doors open and you see King Octavius looking like it's probably about 3 in the morning for him. He sort of like rubs his like it's starting to get a little bit stubbly, his chin is. It's got like a 5 o'clock shadow going on as he steps in and addresses you all, and then like takes a moment to sort of force some energy into himself before he walks into the room. Excellent, excellent. You've all been returned safely. I must apologize to you all immediately that your escort was unfortunately unable to stay with you during your entire expedition. My wizard Octavius returned and told me of the situation. As much as I wish to say that I reprimanded him for leaving you all, it seemed like circumstances were quite dire for your escort. By all means, I would love to hear, if you are willing to share with me, what happened to you all during your meeting with the Deep Terror.
Right, so are we actually going to lie or are we going to tell the truth here?
Does anything benefit us from lying? I mean, like, he lost his men, and that guy must have told him about what happened up until he left.
Yeah, so
Fine,
like
yeah.
he was there the entire time with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then whatever happened between you and him, like, he put you in a ball or something.
Yeah. Yeah, good point.
So we may as well just tell him
Yeah.
the truth for what we've done.
Do you also like tell him about what happened after you separated from Octavio?
Yeah, because there's obviously more than just that one. And I mean, it's going to be a bit hard for us to go out and track them all down so that we can keep, like, you know, things. So it might be a good idea for him to send men out to do these locations to help, you know, get rid of them, to fix the tapestry of fate.
Okay. Who is primarily doing the talking here?
Cat mummy.
Yeah. To be honest, it's always Catwoman. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big
In that
brain.
case, I would like Yolya to make an insight check for me.
Okie dokie. 1 second. Get ready for it to be dreadful. Oh god, it was a 21.
Really good.
Yeah. Oh god, a 21.
So,
Actually, 12.
as you are telling him this tale, you don't notice any like particularly suspicious moves from him or anyone else in the room, and of course he's the king and he is accompanied by knights. But what you do notice is he does seem a lot more attentive to you than he previously has been. Every time you've spoken to him, well, you know, you've been having an appointment with him in the throne room. He's
The throne
like,
room.
He seemed like
He didn't really give a shit.
kind of a nuisance to him. Like, oh yeah, we'll just give them these random jobs, and you know, if they succeed, then good, and if not, then whatever.
I point
Whereas
out
now he actually seems to be listening to you and taking what you say on board. And yeah, when you mention like that there have probably been other rituals like this, he like nods gravely and takes a moment to think before responding and says, okay, it is definitely a grave matter if we have confirmation that there is a cult making successful attacks against one of the administrative gods of this world. You can rest assured that absolutely Bulwark will be doing everything within our power to look into this matter in order to try and determine exactly where and when and these rituals have taken place and who has perpetrated these actions. After you sort of finished discussing your side of the story, he says to you, there is I mean, I'm sure you've noticed that things are quite different with our meeting today compared to how they normally are. But there is a reason that I have called you here rather than having you wait for a meeting in the throne room, and why I have come to speak with you all with such urgency. And that is that I believe I owe you all an apology for underestimating all of you. It has become quite clear to me after your last two, to say the least, successful operations, which should have been nigh suicidal.
Yeah, bitch, cough up.
That you are clearly people of much more importance than the mercenaries that I initially took you for.
Rubs his fingers together as if to say money with his hands.
He's gonna roll a dice.
Oh
Oh
god.
shit.
He takes note of that.
well done, Dom. I look over, I see that happen, and I just slap up again.
He holds up his hand and says, no, I was in fact hoping that you would have such simple motives. I mean no offense by that, of course. And he grins at Ott. He says to you, up until now, you have previously been in an agreement with one Lord Arturo Duskwatch of the Elven Citadels. You will find as you spend more and more time down here on the surface, and perhaps you've already noticed it, his name carries significantly less weight down here than it does up here. It's part of why I didn't initially take you very seriously. I would like to extend to you a similar offer to what he was willing to extend to you. However, I do understand that you already have an agreement with him, so this is why I'm glad you are giving me the opportunity to sweeten the deal, Mr. Ott.
Sweeten the pot for art, you could say.
Of course.
Thank you.
First of all,
Everyone doesn't like that.
First of all, I would like to impress upon all of you exactly why I am making these offers to you, and exactly why I consider you to be such people of importance. Although, well, through your actions down here on the surface, you've proven yourselves to be prodigious negotiators, both managing to facilitate a friendship with the famously elusive Silver Guardian, but also somehow managing to negotiate with and escape with your lives from the very famously malicious Deep Terror. Both of these creatures are incredibly powerful and incredibly influential with their own realms.
Deep Terror's not that bad. Yeah,
Wasn't that scary for a terror?
Have you? I mean, so I'm assuming you've told him about like parts of your deal, as in like, yes, you agreed to hold on to this rock for him.
yeah.
I don't know. Have you told him like any of?
Well, we told him everything.
Okay, you told him everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so he again looks at that artifact you've been given, Mr. Chaddington. That's probably no small thing, and I would really advise you to be cautious about that if you're willing to accept my counsel. But as well as your abilities as a negotiator, you have forced me to take more note of the things that Lord Duskwatch told me about your accomplishments up in the skies as well. Criminal investigations, infiltration deep into hostile territory, stopping terrorism, all these things. Initially, I had dismissed, admittedly, as exaggerations from some lordling who was trying to use you to curry favor, which, make no mistake, he absolutely was, but I was wrong to assume that they were exaggerations.
I mean, look at us. I don't blame you.
I'm glad you're so forgiving.
I mean, the main reason we took that deal is because he was giving us the money from it.
We did kill his crab.
We didn't kill his crab. It wasn't his crab.
Is crap, yeah.
You know, I
Rufus.
was hoping you would mention the crab, though.
I was
Have you
going
brought it back to
I
life?
hear that.
Unfortunately, without a body, that's not possible. But you did inquire about a memorial for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We did indeed.
If
Did.
after our meeting, Blotius, with your permission, would like to guide you to the Veiled Gardens, where the Jeremy Memorial Bench can be found.
Yay!
Hope you will find it
Fantastic.
satisfactory.
Yes. Finally.
We deserve a montage of each one of us sitting on the bench and
Yeah.
reminiscing.
Taking photographs,
Yeah.
holding.
It would quite literally
interviews.
be all of you, and then when it comes to Yoya having to sit down, they're just looking at it and going, "No, fuck off," and then walking away.
Stupid.
I pour the last of my bottle over the bench and like, goodbye, old friend.
How sturdy is
You
the bench?
immediately reach into your pack and pull out
Yeah,
your
yeah.
full bottle.
And I leave a picture of me and him on the bench as I walk off.
You get that done within such a short space of time.
I've been drawing it in my sketch pad every night. I think of him.
Oh, Christ. No, this has really thrown me off.
Thrown you on. This is a better path.
Yeah.
Surely.
Yeah.
So he says, I hope that I've been able to impress upon you and be fully transparent about exactly why I want to pursue a closer partnership with you all. Lord Duskwatch has already been informed of my intentions, and well, I don't think he was particularly happy about them, but there's not really a lot he can do. He has already used you quite a lot to improve his own social standing within the Citadels, and I'm sure that were you to make the decision to partner with myself instead, he would be able to cut his loss, quit while he's ahead, shall we say?
Are you richer than him?
I'm-
Did you say that out loud?
You say this in the literal glowing golden palace. King.
Oh.
By
Does he
quite
just-
a significant
And
margin.
he is also
yes.
a dwarf, so a king dwarf as well, which means all they have is money.
I was going to say, hearing Russo say that, I look around and say, no, I'm pretty certain he's really poor.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's fine. She's like 2 years old, all right? You can't expect her to be knowledgeable.
Bro,
of all
she's
this
like a
stuff.
teenager in them 2 years. Get out of here.
True.
In bird years.
Yeah.
Um,
So would it be like betraying Duskwatch fella if we started working for this guy
I
instead?
mean,
Oh yeah.
it would mean dissolving your current contract with him, as I understand that this could be a point of contention, which is why I've already taken the liberty of speaking with him ahead of time and making sure that he is aware of how much of a bad idea it would be to take your decision poorly.
Wow, this is like, you know what?
Wait,
That
so
is
he's
just-
threatening.
Why
he's
do we
threatening.
have to get into the
Lord Duskwatch.
politics of this world? Why did we accept fucking Duskwatch's agreement? Ugh,
Is this exactly what you guys signed yourselves up for?
political
Political
intrigue.
intrigue.
Thanks. Can I just slap every single?
Hey, I was the
You
one who
slap
said we
yourself
shouldn't
as
have
well.
taken his aid. I was the one who said we shouldn't because it's dodgy as shit. And
Yeah,
look what's
it was
happened.
dodgy as shit, but it was fucking getting everything paid for it, so it would make
It's
it
good
so much-
while it lasted.
Dude, that's what we needed. Is he gonna offer us that same kind
So-
of thing?
Are you worried about breaking this contract we've got with him then?
No, not really, because
No.
I'm pretty certain a king is more powerful than some bloody lordling.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, out of character, what King Octavius is trying to impress upon you is that there's not a lot Duskwatch could possibly do to make there be consequences for you abandoning him at this point.
Well, surely news doesn't travel fast. Let's be honest.
well,
Yeah, they haven't invented internet yet.
Yeah, but there is a literal elevator that leads straight up to the
Yeah.
city where Duskwatch
I
is.
was gonna say, just
Wait,
imagine.
how
He
did
could
they-
be
how
there
does it-
within less than a day.
How does he not have? Is he that pathetic that they think he's a loser, even though he's
Well,
at the top,
he's-
basically the
he's
upstairs
really-
neighbors?
Imagine him like a minor noble, basically.
Yeah.
He is a noble of a city adjacent to the Citadel. Like, he's the leader of another city. He is living on the Citadel of the Moon in order to further his political career.
Why don't we do it like? Why don't we just do it like fucking Lewis Hamilton, where he just has every single inch of him's covered in logos. We just walk around with all the logos of the nobles who've given us money.
I was gonna say, it's like what
Accepting sponsorship.
Yeah, exactly.
mate,
Might as well at this point.
I mean,
That's essentially what your deal was.
keeping the benefits that we have at the moment with the guy up in Duskwatch. It doesn't. No wait. We might as well swap to this guy because the benefits that that guy gave us doesn't help us at the moment down here.
Poor Lord Duskwatch.
I'm pretty
Poor
certain would
guy.
benefits like does he have any? Does the King Octavius have any like influence on the in the sky lands?
So I'm guessing you're like asking this of him as well. Is that yes? I'm very glad you asked. In fact, particularly within the Citadel of the Moon, Bulwark is the chief trading partner with the Citadel of the Moon as of the invention of the elevators that go up towards the citadels. We provide most of the advanced shipbuilding and particularly weapons manufacturing for much of the military and commercial forces for the area around the Citadel of the Moon and for the Citadel of the Moon itself. Of course, that's not to disparage elven blacksmiths and elven-made weapons, but you'll find that in terms of reliability, dwarven ingenuity is very difficult to match. And in terms of, what's the delicate way of putting this? Uniqueness? Gnomish technology is in a league of its own.
Something's just occurred to me. So we're doing all this stuff on the ground, yeah. And the
Yeah,
ground
this is D&D, by the way, Rob.
Yeah, yeah. Something's just occurred to me. This isn't real life. So I've been spending my money like I would do in real life, but
Was your imagination so strong you thought you were actually there? Logan's doing a great job of describing this.
Thank you.
my eyes, they don't work, but the ears, they're amazing. All right, now so we're doing all this stuff on the ground, yeah, but all these sky cities, surely we can just like fly straight over the Dragon's Rest or whatever it was.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the map a second.
Yeah, let's.
In order to illustrate this.
Yeah, go on. Tell me how wrong I am, but I'm kind of interested how wrong I am.
So the reason you came down to the surface in the first place is that this enormous mountain range that crosses, bisects the continent, cannot be passed by air. Airships that try and go over the absent range literally fall out of the sky.
Okay. What about over Dragon's Rest? Is the same
That
thing
would
happen?
be suicide.
It's full of dragons.
I'm sure we've been through this already.
Over
We've
Valley
been
of
through
the
this about 7 times.
Right, so I'm sure
We
we've only
went through
talked
this
about...
again at the end of the last episode.
Oh,
The
yeah.
chief piece of advice that you are given by everyone who you have asked for advice for is, I don't care what you do, just don't go to Dragon's
Don't go
Rest.
to Dragon's
Okay,
Rest.
I'm just like...
Even
I just meant
even
like
Dragon-
over
Dragon's
at
Rest
some
lady
random
turned
point.
around and said that would be suicidal.
I just meant like over it at some point rather than through it. You know that classic can't go over it,
There's a
can't
very
go through
famous
it.
ability that dragons have, that your skyships also have, but dragons are a lot better at it. That would be flying.
Valley of the Dead. Can we just like fly over that?
So you want to fly higher than dragons are able to fly.
Can dragon? Oh wait, is Dragon's Rest the whole of the thing, or is it just like that middle bit?
Dragon's Rest is the middle bit, but you cannot cross the absent range
Okay.
via airship. And like you've also been warned about trying to go around the absent range because all of the islands in the sky were lifted from the ground. So if you go over the sea, there is nowhere to resupply, and you'll be stranded and die.
Ah, okay.
That's
Sure.
why this continent is so isolated in the first place.
I thought I'd just
Didn't
double
we just
check.
end up it being that we have two choices really, which is either Valley of the Dead or Coastal
Well,
Paths?
You could just try and walk straight across the absent range.
If we do the
fucking well.
if we do the
A lot
coastal
of death.
path, do we get like the every anime beach episode?
Oh, God damn it. Listen,
Well, I mean, this was
listen,
meant to be the onsen episode, so yeah, I'm working towards the beach episode.
listen, if we have the beach episode, it'll have to wait until
Until Sarah can draw us all in bikinis.
Yeah.
well, I was just going to say, if we commission someone to do your so I can send it you all. And
Yeah.
so
Have we
to be
been to
done.
Citadel of the Stars yet?
No,
No.
we've literally only been
No.
like around here.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've only made it because we did this, and then we're like round.
Pretty certain
Where are we
we
now? Where are we now precisely? It's
You
like
are
here?
right here in Bulwark again.
Sure. I mean, Citadel of the Stars might be a good place to go next. I mean,
There
before we head over the Valley of the Dead, or Coastal Path,
I'm
path,
pretty
I think it would
certain
make.
Um,
I'm pretty
I
certain
think
that was the plan, to be honest,
Yeah.
Matt.
I mean, let's go back to Duskwatch.
City, and then we go travel through, or or come down here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we go down and do the stuff because it feels like this area and this area are going to be very high level moments.
Are we trying to make sure we do all the side quests here? Is that what you're saying?
Basically, yeah. we gotta get all the mini kits, otherwise.
Oh yeah, we gotta get the 100% complete under.
Yeah, true Jedi.
I've completely forgotten what the conversation was now. I can't even put us back on track. We've gone so far from the track.
We were talking about how we get
Contracts.
over. Yeah,
Yes. So you were asking about the benefits that King Octavius could provide for
Yes.
you. Okay, so first of all, he was going to offer that he would pick up all of the expenses which are ordinarily paid for by Duskwatch, and instead they would be paid for by King Octavius. You would also have the influence of King Octavius's name rather than Lord Duskwatch's name as a friend, should you ever need it for, influence.
Purposes,
Yeah. In return, he wants. Well, so far he hasn't exactly told you his demands, but you've been able to gather that he wants something very similar to the agreement you had with Duskwatch, where he would essentially be your sponsor, and that many of your good deeds would, in fact, be credited to him, and you would be treated as agents of his.
All I'm saying is, if we play smart and we try and make money when we make money, we don't have to have these patrons, and we don't have to have this situation here where we're now burning in. We're making problems by the fact that we keep on wanting to travel from person to person to person to person. I reckon if we play it smart and we make sure that we get money legitimately, Rob, we could easily do this ourselves, and we wouldn't then have to worry about patronage and stuff like that afterwards.
It's definitely a possibility for you. In fact, I'm assuming at least, probably not word for word, but at least some of this discussion is happening in character as well.
Yeah.
So when you mention that, he's like, well, then perhaps I should sweeten the deal for you. And he says, you have so far completed 2 significant missions within my city, and shall we say on my behalf, and as such I think you should immediately be rewarded for both of those. And he looks off at one of the knights, who walks out of the room and returns escorting a servant who is carrying a pillow with a shield on it, and the knight is carrying a small wooden box, which he opens up, and it's all very fancy and jewel studded and velvet lined, and in it is a belt, the buckle of which depicts a bearded dwarf.
Wow.
And
How can we say no to that?
Yeah, how can we say no to that? My God.
First of all of you guys have spent quite a lot of time around magical items. These are both incredibly powerful magical items.
I thought the pillow with a shield on it was like a shield embroidered on the pillow. But
Yeah,
then I
just
realized
a
it's an
little
actual
shield.
shield.
Yeah, no, it's all the same. Alpha pillar.
Shield. Yes,
Can
that
anyone-
shield, that is
Is
useless.
anyone actually a shield user?
No.
Small
Yeah,
for a shield.
I thought that.
So when you say that, the king in fact grins and says, "That is why I bought this particular shield here. This is an artifact which has been in my care for quite some time. I'm afraid I couldn't part with it unconditionally, but I could loan it to you. This is the Shield of Ages,
Matt Dimension Beer.
and
Yoink!
And while it was originally wielded by a very famous dwarven hero named Aegis, and unfortunately, some of its magical powers have waned. It was previously a much more powerful artifact. However, it does still retain its animated property. Should you attune to it, as you would any other magic item, and speak its command word, it will automatically defend you from incoming attacks.
How long ago did you get it? Ages ago.
This artifact is older than the city.
Rob, I swear to God.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jesus Christ, man, have some self-respect. Who would that be most useful for?
I'm totally
Well,
attuned,
it
so
adds-
I can't get it.
It adds +2 to the armor class of whoever uses it while it is active. It can be used for 1 minute per day. The other item is the Belt of Dwarven Kind, and I'm going to, in fact, show both of these things to you.
In Roll20.
Yeah. So, in players' journals, all players, show to players, that's the shield. And here is the Belt of Dwarven Kind, because Belt of Dwarven Kind has, like, quite a few more things about it. There we go. There's the Belt of Dwarven Kind. The Belt of Dwarven Kind also has the effect of essentially marking you as officially a friend to dwarves. Dwarves will innately recognize this as a symbol that, hey, this person has helped dwarves.
Ooh, you have dark vision, so that would be good for
Hmm.
me and Rob. Is it Rob that hasn't got dark vision as well?
Yes.
Can I just use an intelligence check to think where the nearest like dwarven settlements are?
Okay, yeah. Probably be a history check. DC wouldn't be massively high because you've spent time on the surface before.
What do you say? History check. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, 19's plenty.
Yeah.
So, you would be aware that in terms of dwarven kingdoms, similar to Bulwark, they are almost exclusively located underneath the citadels. However, around each large dwarven, I can't remember what they're called, I'm going to say fortress for now, around each of these dwarven fortresses like Bulwark, which essentially act as independent kingdoms, there are like also lots of outlying villages that fall within the protection of these kingdoms. Generally, the populations aren't exclusively dwarves. There's a lot of tieflings, there's a lot of gnomes, particularly any races which have like good innate dark vision. But essentially, the dwarves are known to dominate the eastern surface. Or as much as any civilized race dominates any of the land within Horizon.
How many kingdoms are in this
So
United Kingdom?
There are 4 major ones, in the same as there are 4 major citadels.
Ah, right.
I think I've said my piece on the subject, but I would like to hear everyone else's opinion on this. Because from the sound of it, you guys can't quite want the loot.
I genuinely have no care for the loot being
I
offered here.
can't attune.
But
to
Yeah,
anything
I was
else.
going to
Same
say,
here, I don't
I'm
particularly
not that
care.
interested. I mean,
So would we be able
I
to
think it's
cancel
people who
the?
don't have dark vision that would want it the most, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the thing I was going to point out is, but I would like the ability to not have to worry about fucking paying for shit. going to places
Yeah.
and.
Well, how much is it for like a stay at a hotel? Because we've never had to pay for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Why start paying now?
Well, you've had to pay for hotels and stuff before, but like before making your agreements with Duskwatch, and it wasn't bank breaking. You, as adventurers, are pretty rich, but the thing is, like, you are immediately signed up for all of the most lavish, ritzy hotels and like restaurants, and you're just given VIP treatment everywhere as your agreement right now. Whereas without
we don't want to lose
this
that
agreement,
VIP treatment.
yeah, without this agreement, it's up to you guys. Hey, do I go to the cheap place? Do I go to the fancy place?
I mean, we could always try and convince people in those new towns who we are and see if we could get any free
Absolutely.
discounts or anything.
Well,
I mean, we've done enough to back ourselves up in that sense, haven't
Well,
and what I'm thinking
you're
is,
starting to. Sorry, Matt. I'll go
No,
back
no,
to you
go
in a
ahead.
second. What you're starting to realize, especially with this conversation, is people are starting to recognize what
Yeah.
fake touched means.
We've-
that's what I
You're
was
we?
about
starting
Have
to
a
to
say.
bit of a
much more
reputation now.
famous.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think our reputation finally does precede
In
us
fact,
now.
yeah.
So I reckon we could go
Yeah.
without.
I think so too.
Well,
I
how
think
would we
we'll
cancel
out.
the agreement that we have with the guy from Duskwatch?
Get this guy to do it for us. He's been talking to him.
I was gonna say, yeah, those two can chat.
Yeah.
What could we? I mean,
Get him to do our dirty work. Is
could
that
we
what?
not just?
Yeah,
could
yeah,
we not,
basically.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon we could try and convince them to make us like guardians of the region instead?
Ah.
And by that way, it kind of works out that the whole area is paying for these heroes to go, because that's the only other solution I see to this problem.
As in, give you. This is King Octavius discussing in character. Then, as in, give you a ceremonial title and position within the local military, such that you would not have official duties, but you would be able to act with the authority of the kingdom.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, and I raise my bottle up to him. I think that's our best solution. Because that way we keep in contact with all the people who actually can give us stuff we need. And seeing as we've already pleased a lot of them already, I'm pretty sure if we turned up and said, do you have any problems? Or we're here to fix something for you, I'm pretty sure they'd help.
And we're not hurrying around and just going, oh no, we're interested in this guy now.
He smiles and says, you can absolutely have badges. I was
Yes.
already trying to think of a design for one.
Yes.
He says, very well, this would be slightly different to our current agreement. And I can definitely see it being something that works for all parties. I certainly was not planning on keeping you trapped here within Bulwark, when I'm sure that there are many things you must attend to elsewhere within the continent. The specifics of our agreement, then, this position of office you're hoping for, what would you like from it? What benefits would you like to have? Would you still like to have special treatment anywhere that you go, or is simply being able to, at your own decision, claim that you are part of my domain sufficient?
What do we think, guys?
Freedom of travel. Turn it into the EU.
Yeah. I mean, discounts are nice, but I think the whole point is it's the latter one.
Yeah.
That's how
Is
I see
that
it anyway. It's
you
more of a
want to-
ceremonial.
Out of character, you want to be able to say, "Hey, we are blah blah of Bulwark, and you can't. You know, we're a Fane of Bulwark." And,
Yeah.
Don't get in our way.
yeah. Okay. He says, "I can certainly arrange for this to be done for you. Of course, the way that you use my name will always be something that is monitored. I have to make sure that you don't spread a poor reputation for me. But if I believed that was something that you were going to do, I wouldn't be making these negotiations in the first place."
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. That's completely fine with us, I think.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Just trying to think. Then, how about this? The shield is very valuable to me, and if you aren't interested in it, then I won't be offering it.
I was gonna
However,
say.
the belt I would love to part with as a token of our ongoing friendship.
Awesome. Thank you, my liege, and then we'll do a little bow.
Mhm. There is one other matter, however, and since you are accepting a position within my realm, how would you feel about accepting requests?
What sort of request?
As
Many
in
side trips.
jobs similar to what you have already performed for myself. I can assure you that I would not give you anything that I think is going to have any significant negative impact on your own journey and quest. And I can assure you that you would be rewarded for anything that you do undertake for me.
If they're like relevant to what
Yeah.
we're doing, I suppose. Goals?
Then,
It'd be more like protecting the town and stuff, would it?
yes.
Yeah.
Then, in order to make sure that I'm not interfering with your business at all, I hope you would share your future plans with me. Where is it that you plan on going next? What is it that you plan on doing next? I assume your time within Bulwark is beginning to come to a close. Although there is certainly much more work I could ask you to do here if you planned on staying.
Yeah, any buildings that need painting, I'll help out.
I think your skills would be slightly underutilized in that case.
I could blow leaves.
Yeah. Any roads that need sweeping.
So what are we doing?
He
We're,
was asking where you're going next.
telling him where we're going next.
We are going places.
Well, he needs to know so he can set up jobs for us, I think.
Yeah.
Citadel of the Stars, I think.
Yeah.
I was going to say, we want to try and move. We're going to choose the coastal path to the Valley of the Dead, right?
Yeah.
To get across. So I think if we go, yeah.
We need to go down either way, yeah.
Okay.
I bet you need to go down.
Your plan at the minute is to head southwest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's check my fucking notes. What's southwest? Give me 1 second. Map. Okay. So he says, in that case, if you're heading southwest, there is one matter. I believe that in addition to the belt, I can furnish you with advance payment since I don't expect you to be returning to Bulwark. There is a town a week's travel southwest of here, which had previously provided us with quite a lot of the ore that is used to construct various parts of this city. Unfortunately, deliveries have stopped coming, and we have had no contact with the town. I sent a contingent of soldiers out to go and see what the problem is, and they have yet to return. It seems like a job suited for a group such as yourselves.
I was about to say that sounds like something that we do.
Work out what the fuck's going on. Stop the
Yeah.
clock.
Mystery Incorporated.
Come on, guys. Come on, gang.
Come on, gang.
In that case,
Let me swoosh. Watch me swoosh right in, guys. Whoosh.
if I have your agreement that you will attempt to resolve whatever the issue is over there before continuing on your journey, then I will have your advance payment immediately brought to you.
Sure, yeah, we'll do that.
Okay? And he looks off at the servant who is still holding the shield, and they leave the room with the shield and come back about a minute later with a smaller box than the belt box and open it up to see it is full of platinum pieces.
Wow.
150 to be exact.
Okay, guys, remember, we put them in the bag of holding. There's a lot of money there.
Yeah.
150 gold pieces, is that it?
150 platinum pieces. That's
Oh,
1,500
shit,
gold.
okay. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, guys. Let me put it back. And I'm like, all right, come on, guys. We'll put it in here. Keep it safe, and I open up the bag of holding.
I reluctantly put it in.
It just means that you'll be in charge of paying for hotels and
Yeah.
food.
That's the
and-
mummy thing to do
After
anyway.
the group
Yeah.
funds, then.
Pay
Yeah.
for things with money.
No more hentai.
Never gonna go see again.
No more hentai commissions.
I make
You
no
will be-
promises. Okay. So, who would like the belt?
Between me and Rob for the night vision, I suppose. Is it?
Who wants to be friendly with some dwarves?
How many items have you attuned to?
I think you're
Mm.
both at 3 each.
Oh.
Like you both have a surplus of items, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
Rob definitely does, I know that
I'm
much.
all attuned out, yeah. So it's a case of I'd take it, but I'd have to attune to it at a later point
What
if I
about
wanted to use it.
yourself, Sarah? How many of you got attuned to?
I'm not sure. Logan, could you help?
Let's have a look. I'm pretty sure I had you make a note of what you were attuned to. Let me pull up your character sheet. So, let's take a look at your inventory. You're definitely attuned. Yeah, you've got attuned written next to 3 of your items: the Gauntlets of Ogre Power, the Mask of the Robin, and the Flame String Bow. Or Phase
To be
String.
honest, what else does what does the Mask of the Robin actually do? Other
Plus
than
5 to Persuasion and Deception,
oh right, okay.
which is significant.
And it was a Christmas present.
It was
Also
a Christmas
depends on how much you use it, because you might find this other item just makes a lot more sense.
This one gives you a boost to your Constitution, which will affect your maximum hit points while
As
you're
in
wearing it.
negatively?
No,
Positively.
Oh.
You will gain your level in max HP while you're wearing it, essentially.
So plus 10.
You have advantage on Persuasion, but only with dwarves. You have a 50% chance each day of growing a beard.
That's impossible. I have a beak.
Is
Yeah, I
it a
was going to
human
say if you're
sized
capable
beard?
of growing a beard, so
Yeah.
I don't think it would affect Sarah.
I hope it does.
Definitely affect Rob if he was to have one.
It
wear
would give you advantage on saving throws against poison, and you would half all poison damage done to you. It gives you dark vision and the ability to speak, read, and write Dwarvish.
Is it dwarven or dwarvish?
According to the item description, Dwarvish.
Oh.
like.
I
my
mean, you're
master
welcome to
weapon.
sell the item if you don't want it. It's it's worth a lot of gold.
I'll take it and sell it if you're not going to take it, sir. I'll take it. I could take it if you don't want it, but
Who
like,
else?
I'm already.
Has anyone
like,
else got any achievement slots available?
I have no clue how to check that.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
what do you say?
so this
So
is,
you can attune to 3 items, Matt, and different magic items. Some of them require attunement and some don't.
I don't think I have a single attuned item. I don't think.
Definitely do.
Maybe
Guaranteed.
the loot.
Your loot definitely is. Your swords won't be. Your cloak of protection is. I think that's the only magic items you have, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jeremiah.
This my armor is, which I doubt it is. No, it
I
isn't.
don't think. No, your armor isn't magical. So yeah, you're only attuned to 2 items at the minute. Do Erlan want a beard?
Hell yeah, character development, time skip time. I mean, if people are fine with that, I mean, there's probably better
So-
people who could probably have it, to be honest, than
so
myself.
this night vision like thing, then whatever it's called,
Mm-hmm.
can that be transferred if we went to a special wizard man?
What?
So if Matt wants to use this thing, could he give me his ability to see in the dark?
No, because that's my
So,
that's my
you-
race.
Couldn't
Thing.
Oh, really?
transfer it to a person, but you could probably transfer it to another item, and maybe not one that requires attunement.
Okay.
If I can do
but
that,
it
then I'll
wouldn't
happily
be-
do that.
It wouldn't be cheap to do.
We did just make 15,000. Well,
Yeah.
1,500,
Yep.
I think.
Yeah.
And I have some money left in the reserves. So I think I don't mind chipping into doing that.
Okay. Well, you know one particularly skilled enchanter within this city.
We do indeed.
Okay.
Will the
So-
king's
Oh,
will we
Logan,
be able
quick-
to get a discount if we're the king's friend?
That would be something you have to negotiate. So, I'm assuming that will conclude your meeting with the king. Come the following morning, he will have a title prepared for you and badges.
Yes.
You've already had your rewards, and you are free to set off towards Gareth's glamorous goodies. As
Logan,
you leave,
question.
Blotius looks like he's on the verge of tears. Well, I guess this is the end of my employment as your guide.
I take it he's forgiven Odd.
Does he have employment
that?
afterwards, by the way?
Yeah, no,
Blotius.
he's employed by the king.
Oh, I was gonna say, otherwise
He's
we'd
a
have the
guide
king
for
to...
VIPs.
What did I do?
Oh, you pulled your
A
sword on him.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Whatever.
That's a crazy.
I mean,
thing
he
to
looked
forget.
hella sketchy to me. That's all I'm saying. I swear I saw him pull a knife. Logan,
Yeah.
quick question. At any point, do we gain an additional attunement slot?
Nope.
Okay, so it's
No,
always
you
3.
just gain more powerful magic items
Okay, yeah.
to replace your old ones. The free attunement slots thing is it's basically a variant rule that I'm using, because otherwise you can just keep attuning magic items forever, and like your character just gets more and more convoluted. There's no like picking and choosing what you want for your character.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was going to be like you can attune
It's a
to
balance thing.
one more
essentially.
item every 5 levels or something like that. I don't know.
No, not at the minute. That's I've basically lifted this variant rule from like a lot of other games which do the exact same thing, and
Fair enough.
it's a balance thing of like free attuned items is pretty good in terms of power.
Yeah, and not over the top. Sure.
Especially considering the fact that as the game goes on, you are going to get more and more powerful
More and more.
items.
This
For
is just
example-
DM stifling our creativity again.
I am, yeah. This is not. I'm not even saying no, but I'm just saying no. I'll move you guys back to the bulwark map. There we go. So, unfortunately, transport is not arranged for you through the city, as it is not paid for by Lord Duskwatch anymore.
Wait, so we gotta slum it by foot? This is bullshit.
So yeah, either you have to hire and pay for a cab, or you have to walk to your destination.
How
Like,
do we do this, guys?
or
Put a thumb out. Hail a cab.
Hail
you want to hail a cab?
Hail a beetle.
Yeah.
Put
Yeah.
a wing out.
Yeah, no one will notice you. They'll be like, what's that bird doing on the side of the road?
Is she just trying to fly and not go anywhere
With one wing.
with one wing?
So, you hail a cab, and what pulls in front of you is a really luxurious cab because
Oh god, we can't afford it.
well, you are currently in the Bulwark Dragon's Keep, or at least just outside of it, where all
Yeah.
rich people
very
have
rich
come
area.
from. So, and when you ask to go to Gareth's Glamorous Goodies, he says, "Yep, right away. That'll be 2 gold."
My man.
2 gold for all of us?
Man, maybe we should just walk there.
How far is it? How long will it take?
Couple
Are
hours.
we gonna get spotted?
Oh, fine. I'll chuck in 2 gold. And
I
get
was
it.
Right,
going to
I'll
say,
chuck in
see,
A
this
gold.
is why I wanted to keep the thing going, because then we don't have to worry about this kind of shit.
Yeah, damn it.
There we
Yeah,
go.
should have
I
made it
put
like the
2 gold
EU.
in his hand.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you take this very luxurious cab. You're fairly sure that other cabs might have been slightly cheaper, given where you've hailed the cab from.
We got there in style.
You've come in a black taxi, essentially.
Oh no. It's so
The
expensive.
London boy understands.
Oh, why? Just get an
It's
Uber.
charging. I'm surprised. It's why Uber's
Yeah.
killing the black cab industry in London.
So, yeah, you are dropped off outside of Gareth's Glamorous Goodies, and the place is open 24 hours because of the weirdness of business days. But as you come in, it looks like Gareth has sort of only recently woken up. This might be 6 or 7 a.m. for him, and he comes in and says, welcome. It is lovely to see you all again. Is your guide not with you?
He's busy.
Dead.
What?
Busy or dead?
He's
That's
busy.
terrible to hear. sir.
He's busy being
Very
dead.
upsetting news.
No.
Wait, is he tired to misjudge?
He just doesn't really care. He's making small talk with you.
No, like you said, it's 6 or 7 in the morning for him.
Yeah, he's awake enough to be at work, but
Okay, so I couldn't. trick him
in fact,
with
he
his
appears to
tiredness.
be very much a morning person. He seems very peppy, as opposed to the king, for whom you'd essentially come back in the middle of the night and he'd come straight from being in bed.
God damn
Mr.
it, DM. Gotta make it hard.
Mr. Gareth, what made you decide to make a second Glamorous Goodies? I like money.
What's that from?
Well-
SpongeBob movie.
Oh.
Very
Money.
unfortunate to hear about the loss of your guide. I'm sure it must be very upsetting news. And is there anything that I can do to help all of you? I'm sure that you've come here with a goal in mind, as you normally do. We just had some new stock come in fact, that I'd love to show all of you.
How much would you sell us? Buy a soul for?
A what, sorry?
Just a soul.
I'm not really in that. You'd want to speak to a devil, but you wouldn't want to speak to a devil.
Okay. Just
but
asking for a
souls
friend.
do you have one?
Uh,
And he sort of leans in conspiratorially.
I might know someone, but I don't have one.
Do you? Alright,
Wait.
out of character, do you?
No.
Okay.
This is all
He
just
has no
fucking with him.
soul.
Okay, deception check.
Okay. I wasn't trying to get anywhere with it, but sure. 14.
14. Yeah, no, I'll roll, but he's very good at this. Yeah,
Sure.
no.
Okay.
No dice. And, well, I'm sure that you that's your own business. I want no involvement with any of that sort of clientele,
That's fair.
especially of the infernal kind. No offense to tieflings, they're very different from devils. Now then, other than the buying and selling of people's immortal souls, was there any other business that you had with myself?
Well, would you like to show us what you've got in stock? Like you said, you've had new.
I would
Items?
love to show you what I have in stock. I, in fact, just got a fresh batch of one of my most popular products. And he pulls out, like, sort of whips it out of thin air, in fact, a small, unmarked black purse. And opens it up and pulls out what appears to be sort of a just shy of an inch in diameter black bead. It says, "This is a bead of force. If you were to throw it at someone, it would trap them within a projected field."
Is that what happened to Chaddington?
That is exactly what happened to Erland Chaddington. And
Wow.
this is exactly where Octavius got those beads from. Now, I part with these by the pouch. In this pouch, there are 6 beads, and each one is one use only.
Sound
Can-
good for extracting
I have one?
souls.
Please.
Come in bags of 6, is it? Or
Yes. So,
Me, please.
I think Sarah wants one.
I want to throw it at people.
I'm very glad to see that I've caught your interest, young lady. Now, the price on these is not incredibly cheap, especially considering they are consumable items, but they are very, very powerful and very, very sought after. I'm sure you can understand demand is quite high. It would be 275 gold pieces for the pouch.
Can I have a kiddie's discount?
Like a happy? Can it be a Happy Meal toy?
you get 3 of them or something.
I don't even know
So
how
6.
to. Is there a bartering thing?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Logan, you tell Logan why you think you should get a discount, and then you roll a persuasion check.
Say they look pretty and you want to put them on a necklace.
Depending
Just
on
remind
what you
me-
tell Logan, the difficulty class will change.
Just remind me what it is, right?
What?
I can do one better. I can show you the item description.
Yay!
All players, save changes, show to players. The
Fuck yeah.
bead of force.
Bead of force.
This shit's so fucking cool.
You can throw it at someone up to 60 feet away.
Are they a one-use thing, or do you get them back
Each
after?
bead is one use.
One use.
Okay.
Oh, I may as well just have one.
Pardon me.
Bless
If only
you.
I had this in the cave.
I want it.
Oh, so it's like the coal.
Similar to the coal, this is a way of incapacitating people briefly rather than a way of exploding a room.
Yeah.
But yeah, each one is a one-use item, and you have 6 of them. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same in that way.
But it's when you're in the orb and you're throwing your rock in the orb, but it just kept coming back in your hand.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh
remember?
yeah.
You're
Yeah.
trapped in a hamster ball.
I want it.
You want to trap people in a hamster ball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
They are really cool magic items. I like them a lot.
I was gonna say a thing which might be good to mention in the persuasion check is that we're now like guardians of the realm. So he might be a bit like, oh, if you're part of the king's entourage, maybe it might be good for me.
Yeah.
Is for me.
Okay. So you're going to ask for a discount because you're going to be using it for official business for the kingdom.
Wait, surely if it's official business for the kingdom, he'd be able to get more for it.
Well, that depends on your persuasion check, doesn't it?
Yeah, Matt. Good luck.
But,
I mean,
I don't need luck.
Sarah's
I've got.
persuasion
I
check.
was gonna
Fine.
say.
Yeah.
Is
it
that
would-
what you'd like to say?
Yeah, it would really help me. I'm also like a young kid on the battlefield, so anything's great.
Okay.
A young kid on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Make your persuasion check.
Please be brilliant. Oh,
But
can I use
no.
lucky? Lucky?
Lucky.
You can use lucky.
Can we use extra lucky?
Extra lucky?
you can't know. It doesn't
Oh,
work
there
that
you
way.
go. You can't.
Ah.
No,
Say
that's
you can't.
that's. Is it?
Would you like
Oh.
To extra lucky?
to roll again with another point of luck?
Would you
Yeah.
like to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not counting
well,
that
20
extra
brings
roll.
it.
Just like to.
Yeah, I'm glad you got Alex.
Oh, Robbie got it.
That was DM being kind. I'll allow it.
Because you
Your free points.
pre-rolled.
Well done, Sarah.
You
Yay.
pre-rolled.
You did it.
Is that allowed? DM being kind.
I mean,
indeed.
look, as soon as she hit that roll thing, she was losing that point.
In game, you just see her going, "Damn it, yes!" And everyone's like, "What's going
Yeah,
on in her head?"
Twist for the champion of Istus. Suddenly his expression softens and he seemed a little bit sorry for the child on the battlefield. It's like,
Did he recognize my bow?
he says, okay, listen, you can't tell anyone that I'm giving you this discount, ever.
Is he just telling me?
Yeah, he's like,
Okay.
let's bring this conspiratorially.
Can I listen in?
Yeah, perception check, I don't care.
I don't care. We did it. We did it, Reddit.
I'll give you
Nat 20,
a
yeah.
nat 20. You have -2, I forgot.
Still, I didn't change it, guys. Of course I didn't. Why would I? Such a meme.
Yeah, so you hear him whisper, I'll give you a 50 gold discount. And it is now 225 gold pieces as opposed to 275.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. I bequeath unto you the bead of force. It goes to your journal. Save changes. Okay. So you'll have to keep track of how many of those you have remaining when you use them.
Just write a number in the description for it, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can put 6.
Nanny Logan's no longer going to look after us.
Look, Nanny Logan already gave you an extra reroll, alright? Sometime you gotta grow up yourselves.
Get out of the house, you son of a bitch. You're 34.
Okay, so with that purchase concluded, he says, well, there is one other item of similar value that it's probably a slightly higher value that I would love to show you. We've just got it come into stock. And that is this. And he holds up what appears to be a jet black handkerchief. As in, so jet black, it is almost invisible. And he unfolds it onto the floor in front of you all, and it makes a perfect circle. I think it's like about a foot in diameter. Hang on. 6 feet in diameter. Okay. And then he reaches down as though he's going to put his hand on the circle, and he reaches into the circle. And he says, this is a portable hole.
Ah,
And he brings his
Like-
hand back out.
like Looney Tunes, where they just like drag a hole on the
Draw a
floor.
hole on the wall.
Very much so. And you can use it
Acrid
to
paint.
pass through obstacles.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Is the
Transport
brand
across
Acme?
cliffs, by any chance?
It is possible to put things inside the hole. However, I will warn you, it is considered an extra dimensional space. And as such, things will not survive inside the hole for very long.
What if you put the hole on a person?
Then they would have to try and escape from it. It's-
I mean, on the person, can I put my hand through the person?
pretty sure you can.
Whoa.
Hang on, I need to. Let's read up exactly. Like, I'll show the picture to you all, rather than Logan describing it. I wanted to, get that moment first. Here we go. Oh, it can't be used to create open passages. Lane, we're going to say it can.
Wait, what did you say it can't be used for?
Can't be used to create open passages, which I think is lame. I want it to be able to make open passages,
Wait,
so
like-
it can.
Make a hole in the wall that you can climb through. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, mint.
Otherwise, what's the point in it being a rare magic item? It's got to be powerful. Otherwise, it's just a really expensive, much worse bag of holding. By the way, don't put 2 extra dimensional spaces like a bag of holding and a portable hole inside one another.
Oh,
Why? What happened?
Read the last paragraph.
I haven't got the thing
I
yet.
haven't got it.
It hasn't popped up for me.
No, it hasn't popped up.
Oh, there it is.
I can see it now, yeah.
Okay, the one's there. Someone instantly destroys profile and opens a gate to the astral plane. Oh.
Sounds sick, dude.
One
That
eye Any creature within 10 feet is.
Might get it so you can
So,
tear a
could
hole to the
we-
astral plane.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Kill everyone at the party. That's my thing. Two black holes together.
Way only and can't be reopened. Damn.
Could you use it to kill like the biggest, baddest boss?
Yeah, in fact, I've read stories of people using it to kill a Tarask.
Wow. I bet
I'm
the
pretty sure that's just
GM.
like
I bet the GM.
yes-anding them hard, but like if you're fighting a Tarask, yes, the DM has to yes-and you, otherwise you're dead.
What do you mean, yes and?
It's one of the rules of improvisation. You never say just yes or no. You always say no but and yes and.
Okay.
It's in order to like keep the improv flowing.
I got it, yeah.
Oh gosh. Logan, what would you do if I now bought this and then tried to just kill the entire party in one?
Look, man, that's your thing. That's what you're gonna do.
I'm running away right now, just in case.
Just start bolting it out the door.
I actually do. I just run outside.
See you
can
later.
make that cannon. I'll just look through the window and see what's going on now.
Okay. But yeah, this is not a cheap item.
How much?
This is 500 gold.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
Worth it.
can't afford it.
So the 500 gold is because you can use it to like just go through walls and create open passages up to 10 feet deep. That's an incredibly valuable thing. In addition to its normal functions as a portable hole. That's
Can
what
multiple people use it then? Like you
Yeah.
make a hole and then.
you can make a hole and then any number of people can climb through it.
Can the other? Where's the other side of the hole then? Is it wherever you tell it to be?
10 feet deep.
I mean, like, can you use it to get, say, from one side of a cliff to another by placing one on the ground? Is it like Portal?
No, it is a hole, Rob.
It
Like,
still has to be where
you
it's.
put it on
Okay.
a surface and it essentially creates a tunnel through that surface.
Okay.
If you're just like holding it up in the air, then it's not on anything.
Would
Did
we?
you
Sorry.
describe what happens if you put it on a person?
I mean,
Does
it
their
wouldn't
stomach
hurt
survive?
the person,
Okay.
but like
What
I
if they
think the
moved?
surface has to be large enough for the hole to unfold on it, so it needs to be at least 6 feet in diameter.
Oh, okay.
If you found a person which is 6 feet wide, then you could climb through that person, but it wouldn't hurt them.
Huh.
I think that's how we're gonna judge this.
So what if the person moves? Do they?
Well, the hole is stuck on them
Yeah.
like a patch
So the
Oh,
hole can
God.
move. That's fine.
until you remove it. Like they could always just pull it off.
What, the person that the hole's on? They can interact with it. Okay.
Someone's
This is
gonna stick
assuming
it.
you find a 6 feet in diameter person, so
Right.
like a giant.
Can
Could we fight?
if it's put on a giant, can the giant with the hole on them, climb into the hole that's on
No,
them.
they cannot
If it-
climb into their own body. That's stupid. No one has that much dexterity.
So if we found a giant and stuck the hole on his bum,
Yeah.
where would that come out?
The other side of him.
His mouth.
So there will be a hole on his mouth?
Well, just like in
Where are
a
we coming
direct
out?
line, so it'd probably be like coming out of his stomach, I guess.
Hmm.
I want to put it on a dragon.
Oh god.
Oh no.
What are we going to do?
We've gone so much detail on how this can be used.
So Logan, if
Hello.
in that when we were fighting the robot thing,
Mhm.
and if we put that on the floor, in theory we could have drained it a bit.
I mean, you could have created like, well, not quite 10 cubic feet of extra space. Yeah. It probably would have been more valuable to put it on the ceiling to make an air pocket or something.
Yeah. Okay. How many uses does it have?
Infinite.
Can
You
we
just have to, peel it off and fold it back up.
can we all put 100 in and we all use it?
Frisbee at each other.
It doesn't require any sort of achievement, so yeah, you can just pass it between yourselves.
Does that mean it can't go in the bag of holding?
It cannot go in the bag of holding. Do not put it in
Whoa, what would happen?
the bag of holding.
Read the
Right,
description.
so-
You
Yeah.
can't make a hole through the bag of holding.
Can I just make sure it can't be put in at all, or it
Destroys
can't
both
be
items.
put
It
in
says
and
there it
activated in there?
instantly destroys both items
Yeah.
It
And
cannot
Then
be
carry
put
on
in.
reading it.
and opens a gate to the astral plane.
Well, it's fine because Matt doesn't need to put it in the bag of holding to hold it, does he?
No, it's
No.
it's the
He's still
size of
got
a
a hundred.
handkerchief when it's folded up.
The gate is one way and can't be reopened.
So you can put it in his back pocket.
Or if he accidentally
Yeah.
used it as a hanky.
Yeah.
Got a hole in his nose.
Yeah.
Can he fall into the hole if it it's on top of him?
You have to unfold it and stick on a surface.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
poor Logan, he's repeating himself.
We're thinking too much into this.
I
Yeah.
like the hole.
I just like the physics of this hole, and I really
I like
want
it.
it.
Should we all chip in and get it?
Sure.
I'll
How
do
much is it each?
100 each,
100.
unless
It'd
we
be
barter.
100 each, wouldn't it?
Can we get it down to 400 instead of 500?
Would you like to
Right.
try?
Persuasion.
Anyone got anything they want to sell to him as well?
Yeah,
Maybe
you.
Pick up the shield.
check. I mean,
You didn't.
If
have
he's,
to have
uh,
a shield with you.
if he's interested in a zombie nipple, I've got one of them spare.
And also,
not.
also
I've got
I've got
Sarah.
the shield. Huh?
I was gonna say, Sarah, the shield. He was like, "This is my ancestors' the most perfect shield in existence. I would hate if
Then
anything
sell it.
happened to it. Sell it to the gnome down the street for a giant hole."
Also, you guys do not have the shield.
No, it's the belt. It's the belt buckle and
Swap it for a giant hole. Brilliant.
do it.
Oh, I got some portraits.
They are probably of equal value, to be honest. You could literally trade it for the belt. He'd be willing to accept that trade.
Do it.
Where on earth did I get preserved jerky rations?
God.
What?
What?
Probably looted them off someone
Okay.
when you were super low level and Logan wasn't going to give you 100 gold.
No,
from every
this
person
is
you looted, so
new.
it's
I've
like
never seen those before till now, so it could have been like
Okay.
last session. Okay.
possible. Yeah, you did like
I did
loot a
loot
bunch
around.
of dead bodies of like,
Yeah.
cultists who didn't have any money.
And then jerkied them?
Jerky them.
I'm assuming that was just their food, Sarah. Like you didn't make people.
I didn't cook them after the dead bodies. I was just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah, it's jerky these guys. Mm. Preserved
Basting them in salt and
jerky cultist
Jerky you.
rations.
You jerky.
you jerkied them so you can call them jerks.
Aye, you jerk. You joik. All right, 100. I'll up 100. Wait, no, we want to barter. Let's barter this bastard down.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you saying to him?
So, I think the whole way I'd go. So it's like, we have been very, very loyal customers, have we not?
You
I
certainly have.
with the loot and now saving Dustwatch, and You know, we've even met a blooming dragon, if you believe it or not. You know, we've done so much for this city. I think it. You know, if we could just knock it down just a bit, it would be, you know, just sweeten the deal for us coming back. And you know, if we see anyone in the area who wants some glamorous goodies, you know, where else would we point them?
Okay. Make your persuasion check. What did he roll? I'm on the wrong
27.
27. Yeah, I thought so.
She,
Yeah, I realised who I was asking to make a persuasion check then. Yeah, so again, this is going to be a case of like, hey, this is the maximum discount he can apply, but it's 50 gold is the maximum.
Okay,
So
that's still good.
it's 450 as opposed to 500.
Oh god, how much is that per person? 75? No, definitely not.
450. Okay. 450 divided by 5 is that's times 5 divided by 5 is 90.
Oh, speaking on mute, great 90.
90.
I said it first.
Yep. Right, I'll put 90 in then.
90.
I'll put 90.
Do I have to run back into the shop now to give you 90 gold?
No, wait, no, he's not involved. Nick's not
Yeah, he
involved
did. He
at
bolted
all.
out the door.
I ran away in case he was going to buy the hole and
So
kill
just,
us all.
450 divided by 4, more like.
And now he is buying it, yeah. Do I trust him?
Tragedy.
Sharkin
Glamorous
doesn't know what's going on.
goodies.
Is everyone putting in 90 gold?
Yes.
Yeah.
I hear him talking and I come back in and give him 90
Alex,
gold. I was
you've
like,
been
okay,
quiet for a
I
little
trust
while.
you.
Alex, you there?
oh yes. So you want us to pay?
We want
I
the
mean,
whole.
this is if you're all chipping in together, then it's 90 gold apiece.
Yeah,
Share the
I've
whole round.
updated my gold, so I've paid my part.
I'm always sharing my whole round.
Um. Hmm. Hmm. 90 gold.
Says the person who had before this game like 600 gold on him.
Hey, that might be the case, but you know,
I
I
don't
now
know
have
how
way
you
more,
that
being
much
as I now
about
currently
it.
own everyone's. I currently have everyone's. How many pound piece? 150.
150. I mean, how did you like have so much money? Because I'm sure you were broke before you went to go see the Deep Terror. 'Cause you
When I
bought
say
those
broke,
two magic
I
items.
mean, by broke, I mean the same kind of broke that is like Jacob Reed's mod broke, as in
Okay.
I have still tons of cash, but it feels like I'm poor.
Well,
And as I currently have everyone's 150 platinum, everyone's platinum pieces, I now currently have a total worth of 2,154 gold.
He's going mad. He's going
Yeah,
mad
buddy.
with power.
I'm pretty certain I'm pretty certain that kind of money would mean I could quite literally be like similar to a millionaire in this world, right?
Yeah,
You're
I
probably
mean,
minor gentry by now, at least.
Yeah, you're probably not a millionaire, but you are definitely rich. That's like probably the equivalent of about 100k.
Nice. So yeah, I think I can cut some into this 90 gold. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, since Alex is holding on to the group funds, I mean, all I'm saying is technically, if all of you are chipping in, it should just come out of the group funds, right?
It's a good point, actually.
That is.
Yeah, it's actually a good point. We'll do that instead then.
Okay, so how many platinum pieces? I'll just remember that.
450.
450 gold, so 45.
Okay.
And yeah, Gareth's eyes light up as you just start pulling platinum pieces out.
He's like, why am I giving you discounts?
He's absolutely fucking minted after this weekend.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
you guys have spent thousands at his place at this point. He is absolutely minted.
Right,
off
I
your
think we should try for more discounts next time since we've given him so much money.
That's
Right.
why, like,
How much
I
gold
mean,
do
Matt
we...
rolled super high, but like that's why there was going to be a discount for Matt's whole "Hey, we've been, loyal customers" thing.
So how much gold are we giving each in the
None.
end?
You don't have to worry because I've already.
We don't
paid
have to
for
worry
it.
about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Woo, thank you.
So, who gets the portable hole, or who gets to hold it right now?
Not me.
Not-
don't
I'll
activate
hold
it.
it. Don't worry, guys. I'll take it.
Don't
Is
activate
Art gonna hold it?
No, me.
No. That would be the
Sarah's
ultimate.
gonna hold it.
That would be the
Yeah.
ultimate Chad move if an enemy picked it out of someone's pocket while they're stunned. throw it to Alex.
Yeah, keep giving me
Should
ideas,
we
man.
play a game of catch the hole?
There we go. The portable hole is now in Sarah's journal.
Yes.
Add it to your inventory.
Doing it. Porta hole.
He says, I do additionally just have my normal stock, but at this point, you guys have spent a lot of money. Are you okay to keep spending?
No.
Do we get...
We'll
you
keep
wanna
spending
throw us
as
a
long as you
treat?
keep giving us discounts.
We're
That is
addicted.
fair.
Takes
You
a
don't
minute to
have-
consider that.
You don't have loot boxes, do you?
I could whip something
Yeah,
up, I
you could
guess.
make one.
It's just full of pine cones.
Well, we were going to come here to get rid of, to transfer the dark vision from the belt, weren't we?
Yep, so if you show him the Belt of Dwarven Kind, he's like, oh, that's a famous item. Okay. You said you wanted to transfer the dark vision. Explain exactly what it is you want. Do you still want to have the Belt of Dwarven Kind, but it would no longer possess the dark vision trait? And then you want a separate item that can bestow dark vision upon its wearer.
Yeah, the second. Yeah, we want to transfer it over, but keep the belt in basically the condition it's in, with the abilities it's got.
Okay, it's not impossible to do. How long are you planning on staying within the city?
No.
We've got as much time as we need.
Wonderful. Well, in that case, if there's no need to make this a rush order, then the enchanting process, especially for a particularly complex enchantment like the one on the belt, is quite time consuming. It would take 70 gold pieces, and also it would take a week in order to transfer the dark vision onto another item which could be worn in order to allow the wearer to have dark vision. This other item would not require any sort of attunement in order to be effective. How does that sound as a deal for all of you?
By the way, who is actually taking the dark vision?
It'll be me or Rob. So
Oh, I thought you were taking it, I think.
I'll take the dark vision.
Wait, is it dark? Wait, is this the item from earlier, or?
You are transferring the
belt.
dark vision from the belt to another item that doesn't need a tuning,
Oh, right.
so that Matt can keep the belt but not have dark vision from it.
Oh, cool. I don't mind if Sarah takes it or I take it. You know, I can
Yeah, just
just slap it on any old
attune
button.
it to one of my moonlight
bow?
longsword.
It would
Oh, my
have to
bow.
be. It would have to be an unenchanted item, like a piece of clothing or something. But he could
Oh, okay.
provide, probably not a ring for you, but I don't know, a pin or a medallion or a brooch or another belt or something. It's up to you what you want.
Yeah, I'll go with a pin.
Okay. So he brings out like a dark onyx pin, which is sort of like, when you look at it, it shifts in the light to like an iridescent pink, and it shows a really, really fancy letter G for Gareth,
Yeah.
and says just a mark of our friendship, you know, and says, well, I will require the 70 gold in advance.
Cool.
And then it will take a week for me to transfer the enchantment over.
Okay, I'll pay for it since it's going to me then.
Cool. Mark off 70 gold.
Got it.
Logan, my gem of brightness, how much is it worth when it's got full charge?
It's an uncommon item. Maximum 200 gold.
Okay.
I'd say.
I need to make use of it because it's been sitting in my inventory for
Literally since the start of the campaign, you started with it.
Did
and
I?
has never used
What's
There
this?
you go. Gem of brightness.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
Alex,
going
this might
to
be
use
the
it and then
first time
sell it.
You've ever heard of it because he's never used it.
It's only got
It's
3
still
charges.
at full charge. No, it's got 50.
Wait, oh shit, 50 charges. Okay, right. It's 3 commands, yeah. No, I don't know what this item is.
It's a mix between a magical flashbang and a magical flashlight.
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 Okay.
But it has finite uses as the thing. That's why it has a whole bunch of abilities that it can do. It's a balance thing because it's
Yeah.
only an uncommon item. So, does that conclude your business?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. So, Sarah, if you're taking the, do you want to go halves on it? So I'll pay half and you pay half.
Oh, I paid for it. I've
I
already.
mean, technically, Matt, you're losing an ability here
I mean, I don't mind helping.
of your magic item.
Yeah, but
Okay,
I've
then
already.
How
paid.
much money do you have? You're so loose with your change.
Not much more than I think he has about the same as you, Rob. When I checked,
About
before.
344 gold pieces.
Oh, really?
I'm an irresponsible young man who's never had money before in a shitty village.
That's true. Actually, this is very Earl Chaddington. I'm rich.
Money exists to
Next to
spend
Yogi.
it,
He's got like twice as much as me
stimulating the
anyway.
economy.
That's fair. Yoli is one of those 1%ers who just banks it offshore.
Yeah.
The money never gets recirculated.
What are you on about?
Money's mine.
What are you on about? I don't know what you're on about.
Yeah,
My money isn't offshore. It's totally legitimate.
it's in an extra dimensional bag.
Quick question about that little portally thingy.
Uh-huh.
So if it's on someone's body, so like in their inventory, and they go into the bag of holding themselves with it on them, does bad
Yes,
things happen?
Rob. Yes, it does.
Oh dear. Okay, so this is like now we gotta kind of keep an eye on this.
And never go in the bag of holding.
And I never use the bag of holding.
That's true.
Oh,
You
okay.
can get
Yeah, that's
wild.
true. Okay, that's all right. We have got a way around it.
So, yeah, that essentially means that for the first time since this campaign began, you guys have a week of downtime. During this week, of course, I think first of all we need to find you all lodging, since your rooms at the lovely Egg Inn are no longer paid for.
Shopping episode 2. So we're going shopping
We've
again.
probably done more than 2 of these already.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
good
But, you
viewing.
know, this is your between adventures section.
Popular.
So, rather than going through role playing out everything, what sort of accommodation would you like to stay in? Lovely Egg Inn is very expensive, as in 5 gold a night per room. There are cheaper accommodation. There's sort of middle of the road accommodations, and then there is very much not seedy accommodation.
I'll go to see the
Cheapest-
accommodation.
Cheapest you can find.
Seediest accommodation.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you've been there before. It's the Ruthless Spoon.
Yay!
Where's the ruthless spoon? Gotta put it on the map.
It's down here. You've called it Spoon Bar.
A spoon bar.
It does provide rooms
And alcohol.
and something ale.
Yay!
I've got a note here that I'm still immune to alcohol.
Yeah, how long's it been? Come to think of it, it's
Hold on,
probably
yeah.
been-
How long has it been? It says I'm immune for 16 days.
It's probably been about 10 days.
There we go. I'll
Maybe-
drink you guys under the table.
Start a competition with someone and like start a bet.
Shall I just see if anyone's
it.
in the bar and just place
You
a bet?
can.
I was
Okay.
going to say, just like, I was going to say, challenge people.
Let's wait until we get there then. I'm going to challenge someone, like the toughest looking guy there.
No, challenge all of them. Just challenge.
Challenge
Say,
everyone, okay.
Like these cheap people say like what, 5 silver, and say and just
Yeah.
turn around and say, I bet I can drink all of you on the table. We all put 5 silver in.
5 silver each.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do
I
it.
slide into the table and I say and put my 5 silver down.
Go on then.
Okay.
Are we there now? Are we going to do that?
Yeah, so first of
Let's
all, let's talk about if you're getting a week's accommodation in the real dodgy roofless spoon, how many rooms do you want? Do you want a room each? Do you want 2 rooms or what?
I mean,
I'll share with Erland because
Yeah,
even though I don't
Bungie.
trust him, we want it cheap as possible.
I'm going to use my earnings from this drinking competition and buy
Okay,
myself
so
a
you're
room.
gonna get a private room. That's 2 rooms so far.
Yeah.
Yolya and Risu, what are you guys doing?
I think we'll bunk together since we're both girls.
Okay, so that's 3 rooms.
Yes, I get a room to
That
myself.
sounded so defeated then, Sarah.
We're both girls.
We're
That's not
both-
stopping you.
Yeah, so 3 rooms, probably for the whole week would run you 10 gold.
Is that each?
No, in total.
Oh,
Wow.
Total.
Okay.
Uh,
Nice
so
and cheap.
coming to the drinking competition,
Yes.
are you just challenging a table of people or
Everyone.
what?
Try and get everyone. Yeah, try and get as
Everyone.
many people as you can involved in that.
Alright.
I just shout up and say, everyone listen up. Yeah, go on.
Erlan is assisting you here.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure he intends to, but he definitely is. So you will have advantage on probably a deception check to see how many people you can get to join
Can
this
I
game.
do something before we
Okay.
jump into this? I want to buy a new set of clothes so I can act as, so I can pretend to be 2 different people without morphing.
Okay, do you have a disguise kit?
I do.
All right, cool. In that case, that'll make that a lot easier. You could literally just buy another set of clothes, and like, if you don't want it to be anything particularly fancy, you could buy it for like a silver piece and look like Jonathan Peasant.
Would Ott fit
Alright,
my clothes?
one
Because I
silver
have a
piece,
pirate
yeah.
outfit you could borrow.
Ott would absolutely not fit.
Okay.
He's a halfling, but you're
Yeah.
smaller than him by like a foot, so probably not.
Oh. Don't know why. I have a
Also,
pirate outfit.
pirate outfit stands out quite a lot. I don't know why you have a pirate outfit.
I don't.
Did you start with that?
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna say like what, 5 silver. You could buy a set of clothes and just be Jonathan Peasant.
Oh, 5 silver. Okay, yeah.
That sounds fair to me.
Yeah, done. Peasant clothes.
And it's not tailored and it's not very comfortable. Like, it's kind of itchy.
Doesn't matter. I
And
just gotta
it
look like a
doesn't
different
look
person.
very nice. But yeah, it's convincing.
Yeah, sweet.
Cool. Let's make that check then, shall we? And if you're trying to pass yourself off as 2 people, deception check from you as well.
Okay. Did it roll? Oh, there you go. Oh shit, 13. That's wank. I'm gonna use my inspiration that I just got today. I remembered.
Okay.
There you go.
It's exclamation mark, Matt.
God damn it.
What were you trying to play, Matt?
God knows.
28. Yes, boy.
That works better. You do have to pay the entry fee twice, though, you realise.
How much
Well-
is it? Damn it. Wait, no. If I'm going in as, wait, surely if I'm going in dressed as my special fancy clothes like I normally wear, can I change when I'm inside? Will anyone notice?
I don't really know what you're even intending on doing.
Oh, so he's meant like going in and then like
I'm trying to
shifting so he's someone else.
yeah, I'm trying to meddle with the betting system.
Okay. So you're trying to sweeten the pot by adding an extra 2 people, but those 2 people are both you. So the money you're sweetening the pot with is coming out of your pocket.
Yeah, but the thing is, one of me will be like, we'll just be trying to make it look like just another person betting against him, and the other person is betting for him.
It makes it look more popular, so that might entice more people. Okay, I understand that. You will still have to mark off 10 silver, which is 1 gold for your 2 people.
Okay.
Hierarchin.
No. Hold it.
Okay.
Okay. Can I do a stealth check?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What are you attempting?
I'm gonna need a little bit more than that.
Right. So nobody ever sells me any alcohol, right?
Yes.
So I now have a black hole.
Are you going to attempt my drinking competition?
I have a black
Oh,
hole.
you're going to pass through the wall? Oh, you bastard.
Oh, clever.
That's smart.
So, explain to me in a little bit more detail here than I have a black hole.
I want to go through
Put
the
it through your
bar,
mouth.
grab a bottle of whiskey, and I'll put money to cover the cost, and then I'll finally be able to try dirty gold.
You're that desperate to get a drink.
Just like everyone else is.
We could just share one with you,
Okay.
surely.
You can use the drinking competition as cover, and I'll say you have advantage on the stealth
Okay.
check.
Because everyone's distracted.
Hmm.
Okay. So 2 stuffs. No. No!
Okay,
Alcohol!
so
Congrats,
Why does it
you
do
fucking
Come here.
idiot.
Oh my god, I want to know how this went wrong.
that? What? Use my luck?
You
I'll try
can't.
again.
You're out of luck, aren't you? Use both ones.
she had 13.
God damn.
This is just a running meme that I'll never get to try alcohol.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So,
All right.
how does this play out?
Yeah, go on, what happened?
First of all, let's do Hierarchin's check. See how big this even is.
So what did you want me to roll? Deception?
Deception with advantage because you're being assisted. And the effect, like difficulty class, will be influenced by art as well.
Oh, how do I do advantage?
So roll twice and take the higher of the 2.
Oh, right, okay. There's not an option for it. Well, hey, there you go.
21 will about do it. Okay. I'd say you get a solid the bar all involved with this. And they're all, you know, jeering at you like, oh, you idiot, you don't know what you've gotten yourself into. And, no one
Did they all agree to 5 gold each?
5 silver each.
5 silver. Yeah,
Okay.
5 silver.
And
I'm not going to attempt to try and get 5 gold out of it.
5 gold.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
they as happy as Nigel Farage when he betted 10,000.
Yeah.
on it.
10,000, yeah. They're that confident.
What an idiot.
So, God, I forgot about that. So, you are like everyone is. They're not. No one's even really paying attention to you as a contender. It's just like, hey, whoever in the bar manages to stay on their feet the longest,
To
gets
drink the
drink out of
longest.
pot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take your perception check there into account for how drunk you have to pretend to be for this to be sort of
Okay.
convincing. You rolled well here. In the meantime, while the bartender is behind the bar pouring drink after drink after drink,
dear.
lining them up at the bar, Risu places the hole underneath
Okay,
the
here we
bar,
go.
tries to crawl through it, and bumps headfirst into the bartender's leg.
The little bird bumps
Looks
into her
down
leg.
at her, grabs her by the scruff of the neck, and lifts her up above the bar. And just looks at her like, you damn kid.
Isn't she
Carries
confused
her
how she
out
got
of
to the
the
other side of
bar.
the bar?
Like carries her out of the building, then throws
no.
her out the door.
Hey,
Just go through the wall
I'm a
then.
patron
with your-
here.
Go through the wall.
Yeah,
with
you
the,
can just build another hole in the wall and come back in.
Yeah.
The hole has been left in the bar.
Oh no, it's still there.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, just try and
So
try and
I'm gonna
signal
have
to
to
one of
sneak-
us.
you're gonna have to sneak back into.
Try and signal
Try
to one of us through the window.
I'll
And
put the Mask of the Robin on.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sure one of us saw her getting
Well, I
kicked out.
suppose you're taking the Mask of the Robin off, won't you?
Oh
you
yeah,
can wear
if that's what I'm wearing.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm a bit older now, and they don't recognize me.
Yeah. For the rest of you, it's probably been like what, a month or so since Risu put on the mask and hasn't removed it since. In that time, she looks like she's probably aged about a year, which is still young, but it's the equivalent of like, I don't know, 14 as opposed to 13. So she's like, you know, a good foot taller.
So we
Yeah.
When she walks back in, I go, Christ, we always had tall.
Let me just get my hole back.
Yeah, so the like bartender does a double take. Like, do you have a sister, or? I mean, I just threw out a kid who looked.
You
like-
threw out a kid onto these streets? Are you deranged?
I was gonna make you make a check, but you got me there. I'll let you have that.
Okay.
So he's like, all right, look, let's not talk about this anymore. I mean, a different coloration. I'm sorry, that's probably racist on me anyway. Let's brush over this one. You join in the competition. Somebody gets challenged the bar to a drinking. I mean, actually, you kind of look young.
No,
How
no,
old
I
are you?
18.
Make a perception check.
You pull on your feathers like someone's pulling their collar awkwardly.
Persuasion check.
Deception.
Oh,
Also, the result is 5 lower because you don't have your mask on.
5
damn.
low. Oh, yeah. Oh. So 17 minus 5.
That's 13.
Well-
12.
12.
12, yeah.
Not enough.
Logan can math.
Alright, look. I'm spinning plates here, man. He just looks at you and goes, no, I don't think so. And
Oh, you
you
tried.
are able to retrieve the hole, though.
Yeah.
Does he
Damn
In
it.
the meantime,
Does he kick?
Does he throw a juice at me?
yeah, he gives you an apple juice on the house.
Yeah.
While I'm just stood at the bar and see this happen, I'm like, oh, well, at least you got a drink.
On the house. It was
I'm
free.
gonna stagger over really drunkenly and say, "Give it 6 months and you'll have cider."
Where did
Smack
you
my
go?
head on the bar.
Are you drunk already?
You have no idea how much he's been drinking.
I was about to say everyone who is
competition has no reason to
participating, including Ott, and
Yeah.
since Ott is participating twice, he will do this with disadvantage.
Does he not know that I'm immune to alcohol?
Right, so
I don't think
so-
anyone knows.
so the way Art is
Okay.
betting is like I'm just trying to drum up attention with my peasant character, like oh, I really think that this guy, not Matt's character, is gonna beat this new fellow in town. So I'm gonna put 10 gold down onto this guy. So can I? Is there a way of like, what can I roll to persuasion?
Are you just trying to drum up like an additional betting circle on like for like non-participants on who's going to win?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying to get people to bet on the guy that isn't Erlan.
What, Hierarchin?
Sorry, not Hierarchin. So yeah, the person that he's trying to drink against.
Okay, as in everyone else.
It's just
Everyone
everyone,
else.
yeah. Well,
so
not
you're
everyone, was it?
down-
It was like 80%
You're
of
putting
them or
down
something.
yeah, I know, like 3/4 of the bar though.
Yeah.
So you're putting down 10 gold on just like a random guy from the bar. Okay, I'll say persuasion check. Sure.
Okay.
It's not particularly hard to convince people that you don't think Hierarchin is going to win. So yeah, 19. Sure, I'll say someone says, okay, I'll take those odds, and like says, but my man Davis here is definitely gonna outdrink everyone else in this bar, and like puts his hand on the shoulder of this like enormous 8-foot tall bear of a man.
Can I move my bet?
Too late.
Is it too late to retract my bet? I meant to. I
Yeah.
just want to go for someone that looks really obvious that they would win, of course.
I'm like assuming you picked a big guy,
Yeah.
but we all know who's going to win here, and it's not the person who you picked, Rob.
Yeah, I know. No, this is why I'm then
he
gonna
doesn't know that
change
in
to my
character,
other dress up,
Right, okay.
and then
Yeah, sure.
so yeah.
So then you change disguises.
Are you doing a Mrs. Doubtfire?
I'm,
You
I'm
just
Mrs.
run to the
Doubtfire in
toilet?
this, yeah. So I
Okay.
changed
We
disguises.
already made a deception check for you changing disguises and passing yourself off as someone else. So you
what
got a
have I?
28. So yeah, we're
Yeah.
good. But yeah, you are now able to put down money on Hierarchin if you want to.
Right, I didn't pay attention.
You know
I
you want
don't-
to.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put 20 down on.
Okay.
Wait, no, I gotta think carefully here. If I put too much down, people will go, well, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
This guy looks quite convincing.
Don't make it too obvious.
Yeah, can I quietly put down some money?
Sure, you can make another persuasion check
Okay,
to like see how obvious you're making it.
okay.
Like try and do
Persuasion.
this without influencing the
26.
bet. Yeah, sure. You like put down 1 gold as though it's like, whatever. I'll just throw away a gold piece because I'm rich, and no one really bats an eyelid. They think you're kind of an idiot. And the agreement is, if Hierarchin wins, you get the pot, because there's no chance that Hierarchin's going to win this. Now, since you are still in the competition though, and you are still drinking, and Erlan is also in the competition and drinking, I would like both of you to make
Shit.
Constitution saving throws
Oh,
Go.
fuck. Okay,
as the drinks start getting poured.
14.
Okay, Erlan,
11.
11. Unfortunately, Erlan has already been drinking a lot.
It
as
was
per
after the
usual.
memorial.
So yeah, as Erlan, it's very hard initially to tell when he's drunk because he's just perpetually drunk. Very quickly, he starts like his personality starts changing. He starts becoming like really abrasive. Then he starts becoming really affectionate, and then you start worrying that he's gonna like blow everything for Hierarchin because he starts talking about how his best friend Hierarchin is
Oh no.
going to win.
Good.
And then
Now,
you
wouldn't this channel be really good? A retro board games channel where they review retro
Did
board
Lemon cut off?
games.
I come over and stuff. I was like, I think you might have already had it. Just
He's
a
talking
You-
nonsense.
I've got
You
5
walk over
silver on
to
the
him.
line. I'm not stepping out.
you put your hand on his shoulder and say that. Erlan turns around and stammers that to you, and then blacks out. And
Insert me on the bed caramel dance.
At this point, I just look and say, "Oh, poor boy, he's passed out. I'll go put him to bed." Lift him up and carry him.
Yeah, just put me over your shoulder.
Yeah, just climb and carry you up the stairs.
but you are just about sober enough to see what has happened to Erlan and realize that very soon, if you don't excuse yourself from this somehow, you are going to end up the same way, and there is no chance of you collecting your winnings.
Because I've put a bit of money down just towards this.
So are you going to keep drinking then, or are you going to excuse yourself? What are you going to do?
Right, so if I excuse myself, does that mean I lose my any money that I put down, or
You would keep your bet on Hierarchin, like
okay? And
that's
the other guy,
fine.
yeah.
You were just dropping out of the competition.
Yeah, and since no one bet on me, then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's gonna have negative effects. Okay.
Yeah. I would say you can make either a persuasion or a stealth check to be like, yep, that's me, I'm tapping out, or to just try and sneak away without
Right.
anyone. noticing.
I have a +12 on stealth rather than +11 on
Cool.
persuasion. So
Yep.
I think it's probably safer for me to just dip out and hope no one notices.
Right, make your stealth check.
27.
Cool. For a brief moment, everyone looks at Erlan as he collapses on the ground, and everyone looks back to the bar. They don't even notice that you're not there.
Cool.
And meanwhile, you are, in whatever outfit you need to be in order to collect your winnings at the end of this. In terms of like how many people are betting, because 3/4 of the bar are already in on the competition, people who are betting outside of it, there's probably, not including the 10 gold you put down, another 30 gold.
That's respectable. Good hustle.
Which you would win when Hyarkin wins. Meanwhile, Hyarkin has actually been doing a pretty convincing job of, pretending to be blackout drunk, just like the last time he got here and tried the Ankeg venom.
So how many have I actually drunk by this point?
It's into like 12, 14 pints
Oh my God.
at this point of
And
beers.
how's everyone else in the room doing?
Erlan is not in the room. Ott also appears to have left and then come back as someone different. He does look like he's swaying quite a lot though. Sort of like 3/4 of the participants have either like thrown up, passed out, or tapped out at this point. So it's just you and like a lot of people who are now almost twice the size of you. Like probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 people who are like twice the size of you, and they are like noticeably red-faced and sweating and swaying, as they've clearly been drinking before the competition as well.
Wow.
And you get up to 18 rounds before finally Logan's already forgotten his name, Davis, who his friend had bet him to win, looks at you and says, "How can you drink so? You're magic," and passes out.
Just like you're a wizard.
And
I'll just tell him I'm an alcoholic, that's all.
Is Hyarkin pretending to be drunk?
Just an alcoholic.
Can you do a performance check on that?
Sure.
That was part of my deception
performance
check, right?
Yeah, deception. Make a deception check now.
Deception again.
With advantage, because there is no one in like a good state to act.
Okay.
19 is still
So
good.
there you go then.
19. Okay.
Not that anyone would notice if I didn't act drunk at this point.
Yeah.
Well, the people that are betting
So,
around the outside who aren't really.
Oh yeah,
involved
there's
in
still
the
some other
Still
people
reasonably
watching, isn't
sober,
there?
yeah.
They're
but,
sober.
I think
okay.
I'm really hack out at this point.
Yeah.
Ott like walks up to you and like raises your hand in the air, calls you the champion, and then like
Collapse,
people like
please.
begrudgingly start like sweeping over Ott's 30 gold. Like you can start sweeping up the pot. In silver pieces, there is probably the equivalent of 60 gold there.
Wow.
60 gold. Oh, wicked.
My
What,
God,
just
that
for
was
me,
worth.
or-
That was worth doing.
Is that my winnings? 60 gold.
No, your winnings are 30
You
gold.
get
that's
30, don't you?
Okay. Cool.
Plus.
However,
60.
people do start looking around for your alter ego, who seems to have vanished, although he did leave his 10 gold behind beforehand, which is now back in your pocket. So you think you've probably gotten away with that one scot-free, with all of you rolling pretty well when it counted.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh,
Who still cannot drink.
it was a
So,
good idea.
It would have been if you just
tried.
rolled a little bit better.
I know.
You're a
Every time
dex
it matters.
character.
You
You
could,
shouldn't struggle with this so much.
I know, but every time it matters, it's just not a thing.
Yeah, you're right. this matters far more than that. You know, all those ambushes where your life was on the line.
Must try alcohol.
It matters when it matters.
So Erlam passes out, and Art is probably extremely buzzed by now. I reckon,
Yeah.
even though you're immune to alcohol, from just the taste of drinking that much beer, you still feel pretty sick.
I was going to say, do I still get a hangover? Do I just not get drunk?
You don't get a
Or do I not
hangover.
get
You're
anything?
immune to the effects of alcohol, but you have just
Altogether.
drank like
Well, I still feel sick
20
and like,
pints of really nasty beer.
and desperately
From
need the
being so
toilet.
full.
Yeah. His
Like-
stomach is bulging.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's drank
Oh,
what? How many
he
pints?
is
Like
drank.
14 pints.
Like 18, I think he
Yeah,
said.
like 18
pints
pints.
stored in his stomach.
Oh my god.
He must be ballooned.
Yeah.
So Hyakin, I'm guessing, desperately rushes to the toilet.
Yeah. Probably throws up on the way.
Yeah. But you are the champion, and
Hooray,
that
I
actually
did
makes
it.
your act of being drunk more convincing.
With throwing up.
Yeah. So I think that concludes this night. Now,
Yeah. We should
have-
probably head off to our rooms.
yeah, you do have a week of downtime, and we're not going to track this day by day. We're just going to say, like, over the course of the next week, you guys can do anything that you want to do.
Sarah spends the entire week trying to sneak behind the bar.
That is entirely possible.
But
Is
always
that something
fails.
you want to try and do? No, we can make checks. See if you succeed. You have to try a different scheme each time, though.
I really have to come up with.
Try and put the
Well,
hole
I
on the
could put the
outside of the
hole-
building.
Hold down
Yeah.
into the
Like-
cellar to get into the building.
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
then-
say I'll go in the cellar and put a hole above, and then try and sneak up.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Stealthy.
Day 2's attempt.
16.
16. Did you say you were going to leave money behind where the bottle was?
Yeah.
Okay. How much do you think the value of the bottle you take is? Bearing in mind you have no knowledge
You
of
have no
alcohol.
idea at all.
Leave a silver
give him
piece.
one gold.
Okay, so you leave a gold piece behind and take away a dusty bottle. As you wipe away the dust, you definitely see the word whiskey.
Whiskey.
Yeah, that's what you were searching for.
Ooh.
So you see a bottle that says whiskey on it, and you take that one and leave a gold piece behind.
I'll fold the hole away now that I've finally got my gold.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I'll use it to get out of the cellar as well, actually. So I'll.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try and find my way into an alley.
Okay, yep. So we'll do this all on your stealth check as it is. Like,
Okay.
what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna drink your bottle of whiskey in the back of an alley?
Well, I'll put it on like a garbage tin and stare at it for a while. It's like, this is my achievement. This I just gotta live in it for a bit.
You take a moment to absorb the your victory, and like at that point, someone in the party probably like walks outside of the alley and sees you.
Just staring at the whiskey.
Yeah.
I'll
So
just
just
yoink
drink
it
it.
and.
I drank out of one of the tables in the bar, just in case anyone noticed.
Who's it? Who's gonna
I
be?
don't know who wants to be the one.
Oh, I'll do it.
Yeah, it's gotta be y'all, yeah.
I throw up from the window outside into the alleyway.
This is one of the
One lands in between the two of you.
I point at the sick and say that is what happens if you drink that, you know.
Where's my silver pieces?
That's fine. That's part of growing up. You're not gonna take it from me, are you? I paid for this.
Did you now? Seems like you pretty much stole it.
I paid for it. I put 1 gold down.
Yeah, but do you know if it was worth that much?
No.
I look at her with a sign of honey. I just like happy to have paid for that bottle of whiskey there.
I overpaid. Oh.
Pretty certain.
I mean, looking at the whiskey bottle, it doesn't look like a label you've ever heard of. This is probably like his cheap, like home distilled stuff. It's probably paint thinner. It's not gonna taste good. It'll do the job. Yeah, she probably overpaid.
I walk around the sick and I come up to it next to the bottle and I'm like, do you really want to try this stuff? I mean, look at it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody else did. Everybody else
said
has
yeah.
a swell time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
because
sure.
I have no idea on how much to drink and I don't know, like, I'm not careful with it, I just take a big old chug.
Mm-hmm.
Like a big,
Okay.
big brave bird that I am.
That's the last thing you remember doing. In terms of roleplay, you're still conscious, but Risu is blackout drunk.
How does that feel,
Remember
Risu?
how you were Christmas Eve, Sarah?
Yeah, you know exactly how
Very,
it
Wait, are we not
very
going to be able to do that?
talkative.
Are we not going to be able to do that again this year? Do you reckon?
No.
Probably not, man.
Yeah.
Like with all the COVID stuff, I don't even know if spoons will be open. And apparently Wellington spoons is really bad for Rona.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah,
that.
apparently
Where,
some
like,
of
a
the
lot
some of the
health
staff had it.
cases came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not be surprised at all.
Ooh.
Why don't we just school tinnies in like someone's
In
garden?
Matt's garden or
Yeah.
Rob's garden.
Don't you want to go to a park like the cool kids?
Oh, we have the park opposite the road. We could.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Anyway, back to the
Sorry.
game.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
I digress.
At this point, I take the nasty ass bottle of whiskey and I just like throw it away
Okay.
from it. I'm just
Wait,
like,
as Art just happens to be walking by. Like,
At this
ooh, free
point,
whiskey.
Risu has like had several swigs of it. Like by the time I'm trying to get it off her.
yeah.
There's still whiskey in
What,
there.
what
though.
would happen if she tries to fly now?
Not good thing.
So I just fly over to her. I love you, man.
You like start flapping your wings and you like lift into the air and then you forget to flap anymore and
Oh,
you
no.
just, like fall flat on your face like
Have you-
a few inches away from Erlan's puddle.
Have you ever seen a chicken try and flap only with having one leg? They tumble all over the place.
With one leg,
I
no.
don't think I've ever
That's quite
seen
specific.
that.
That's a funny
Yeah,
gif.
Yeah. When did
Funny
you
gif.
see that?
I'll try and find the gif.
Okay.
I now proceed to look after the very drunk child for the rest of the day.
Cat Mommy protects very drunk Risu. What are other people doing with Risu's drunk day? I think for like the rest of this, we won't go day by day, but for the sake
Okay.
of like getting to
I see.
have, Sarah actually play with being drunk.
She's not really playing, she's just kind of blackout.
Well, she's still conscious though. She's just dumb now.
I did have a random RP event that I was tempted to pull off.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Right, so it's going to be at night time, doesn't matter when.
Okay.
I'm going to disguise as literally, I don't know, anything. I don't know. A dragonborn. Yeah, disguise as.
Sure.
And I'm going to go into a bar. Not the same bar.
Okay.
Got to change up a little bit.
There's plenty of them around.
It's only in, what's District 2?
District 2.
Felrow.
It's kind of an industrialized area. There's a lot of gnomes around this place. You would stick out like a sore thumb.
Okay.
in
I don't know.
Felrow.
Anywhere that there's a bar, really. But
Okay.
not
I mean,
this
there's bars anywhere.
yeah. But not to draw too much attention to myself.
Mhm. Okay. So probably it would be, Beacon Center is like the nightlife area. So area 4.
Okay. So what's this new bar called?
The Stanky Goblet.
Stanky.
Okay. I don't think I spelled that right, but whatever. Who cares?
Oh no, that's exactly what I meant. Stanky Goblet.
Yeah, that's the goblet
You
part. That was
spelled that perfect.
Sweet. So yeah, I'm gonna go into one of these into the bar. And I'm gonna look for a group of people again,
Okay.
like I did last time. So I'm as a dragonborn. Don't forget.
You
So
find a group of people.
find a group of people, and I offer one of them secretively. So I'm gonna try to speak with. I can't remember how speaking with my what's
Is it Thieves' Can?
thieves can't. I can't remember how that works.
Okay.
I can't
so
remember how it worked out last time.
it worked out of the way Thieves' Cant works is it's essentially just like coded messages within random turns of phrase. So like if you speak to someone in Thieves' Cant and they don't know Thieves' Cant, it sounds like you're talking about something completely nonsensical and weird. Like you're asking them how their kids are and they're like, what? I don't even know who you are. But if you wanted to, you can find someone who would be in the industry and would know Thieves' Cant.
Okay, right. Yeah, I want to find someone who knows thieves can't.
Okay, yeah, you can find like a group of people who are all like playing cards around a table, and like as you are like sending out signals and like using greetings in Thieves' Cant to sort of advertise yourself, one of them looks up and waves you over. He appears to be the only one in the group who does know Thieves' Cant. The other ones just like think you guys know each other and are having a very specific conversation.
Okay, right. Now this is where I haven't decided yet. Do I let this guy in on what I plan to do, or try and trick this guy? I think it's probably funny to let this guy in because he gets to experience as well just the madness that is hopefully going to ensue. So it's these tongues of madness again.
I thought so.
Yeah, of course it was.
This is what I expected when we went into this session.
So yeah, I'm just going to tell this guy basically I've picked up some uncommon paraphernalia that causes someone to spew their mind. Just talk about whatever thoughts on that.
Yeah, just speak their surface thoughts instantly.
Yeah.
Uncontrollably.
And I want them to help me trick someone into having one of them. Would they do that?
Persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, banging. Okay. 25.
Okay, he says, all right, you are a pretty persuasive guy. I believe you could persuade someone into buying this as drugs. I can set you up with someone who deserves it. You sell it to them for 10 gold pieces, and I take 5 of them.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah, okay. We'll go halves. I'm just in it for the gags, so I don't care about the money. So yeah, take 5.
So he says, all right, this conversation is over. You go away. You come back here in an hour, and you sell them to the person who is wearing a crimson hoop earring in their right ear.
Okay.
And you leave, and you come back, and you see an elderly woman who really does not fit in with this clientele, sat at the table, quietly sipping tea, and you see in her right ear a red crimson hoop earring.
Well, it was red, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
crimson hoop. Crimson.
I don't know. Sure.
Crimson is blood red.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go over to her and say, wait, so what does she look like she does as a job?
She looks very retired. Like she looks like someone's 80-year-old grandmother.
So I'm tricking someone.
And she looks like a really
Jeez.
sweet old lady as well.
Oh, Artie bastard!
I mean, looks can be deceiving.
You were told she's someone who deserves it.
Yeah,
Can you
were
investigate
told.
what the
I mean,
that's
agreement
true.
it's
Yeah,
also-
like to be fair, is it mercenaries? The people who are paid to kill someone.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care what people look like or what they think about them. They're just.
I mean, you're
it's their
giving
money.
her. She's thinks she's being set up to buy drugs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, she obviously is not what you're thinking here, Rob. It's fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
So she looks at you as you walk up to her and sort of stand for a moment, considering your options, and goes, "Oh, you must be Mr. IDK. Oh, my dear
Shit.
friend Genghis. He told me all about you. He said that you had some lovely spices you could sell me. Wink, wink."
I hate the fact that she knows my name because that means that it can be drawn back to me.
No, this is like Logan making a joke.
Okay.
You didn't give him a name, but by chance it's come out as Mr. IDK.
Okay, that's all
It's
right then.
fine, don't
Because
worry
the whole
about it.
purpose of me disguising is that it
Yeah,
can't be
I
traced
got
back.
that.
Okay, that's all right.
I got that.
Okay, yeah. So I've been I've come across some new spices that are can be used in soups and the like, but can also be eaten raw. Very tasty, mind. And I think you you strike me as the sort of lady who'd be interested in trying out one of these spices for future use in food.
Well, I think that. In fact, no. Make your persuasion check.
Okay.
I mean, she's not going to be using this in food, and she knows that, and you know that. Yeah, 24. Okay.
24.
She's like, well, I'm going to ask to sample the spices to make sure there's nothing bad in them before I bought them. But you seem like a very charming young man. I can't imagine you would do anything untoward to a poor dear like me. And my voice got stuck in that. And she pulls out, like, surreptitiously, like, reaches into her handbag and pulls out a tiny purse with 10 gold pieces in it and hands it to you. And in return, I'm assuming you give her the ground up Tongue of Magnus.
Yeah.
Are you giving them all to her, or just one? Or
I'm gonna give her one.
Okay.
Because hopefully that's all it takes.
Okay. She says, "Well, it's been lovely doing business with you. It's been absolutely wonderful. You're a very charming young man. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to use the ladies' room." And she
God, is this
walks
female
off.
who's just joined the Discord? Jesus Christ.
She's a lovely old nanny.
No horny
I have a
man.
feeling
No
this
horny
has
man.
been
I'm sorry, boys.
premeditated. This
I'm-
scene.
I'm gonna have to go
Well-
out. I'm just gonna have to go to the toilet, guys. I don't know about you guys, but oh,
Well,
God.
Right, I'm gonna.
you,
Well, Ott is gonna go and hide because he doesn't want to be caught for giving some old lady some dangerous, well, not quite dangerous, but
mhm,
groovy drugs.
mhm. So make a stealth check.
Yeah, it's 27.
27. Awesome. You fade into the shadows, despite the fact you're a big red dragonborn right now. And, you know, it's actually fairly easy for you to hide, because about 20 seconds after she went into the bathroom, she kicks the door open and shouts, "I eat baby! I just love them! They're crunchy!"
Oh no.
Not in an old lady voice at all. In fact, you're starting to see the makeup, or the illusion rather, begin to fade, and it appears to be a very grizzled, scarred man, dressed as an old lady still.
Is there a wanted poster next to where he's popped out?
Sure, there is. It's Eats Babies McGee. The reward is 600 gold. At this point, you hear, you know, people start running out of the bar. And Eats Babies McGee starts running around and screaming, "Why are you running from me? None of you are babies. Why would I eat you? You're not delicious looking." And then a group of heavily armed guards barge in and go, "Oh my god, that's Eats Babies McGee. Get him!"
Rob, are you gonna try and claim the reward money?
Yeah, screw it. Yeah, I found Eats Babies McGee in the toilets. Well, when I was standing outside the toilets, I saw them walk past. This wasn't anything inconspicuous at all. It's not dodgy. I wasn't wearing outside the toilet.
That guy just sold me drugs. He did, I swear it.
Now, would you believe a criminal?
Listen to this criminal. He's a maniac. Why would you believe him?
I'm the only sane one. You're all crazy.
Sounds like crazy words to me.
You'll live to regret this. Do you have any children, drug dealer?
I'm not a drug dealer.
I'll eat them.
Cool story, bro.
Cool story.
Yeah, make a persuasion check with advantage here.
No, okay.
You're not up against a really lucid
23.
opponent. 23, yeah.
I think, yeah.
One of the guards is like, "Look, I'm in over my head already. I don't want to have to process like a bounty thing. Can I just like give you 20 gold and you leave?"
Wait, no, the sign over there said, well, how much was it? 600?
Yeah.
Was it?
I
I
Yeah.
didn't say 600.
It was 600 on the wanted poster. Just like it's been a lucrative trip for you.
600 gold, huh? Did I say 600?
You did.
All right.
Oh, shit.
This is about to become a much bigger deal then. It's like, all right, I'm going to need you to come back to the station then if you want to claim your 600 gold.
All right, but I'm in a rush this evening, so we best make this chop chop.
Well, look, man, if you want that bounty, this
I'm
isn't going to be
coming
a
for
small thing.
You are
Okay.
fake touched.
We got to
You got a
sort
good
out
rep?
a whole lot of things. He's not fate touched right now. He's someone completely different.
Yeah, no, I'm just a randomer.
I suppose.
A soon to be very wealthy randomer.
Hmm. So, the Eats Babies McGee is dragged away screaming about his love of eating babies and how
Yeah.
there's no way anyone could have possibly seen through his old lady disguise that has worked for 7 years now, with no one ever seeing through it, and how he's been set up, and how you're the real evil one, and the eating babies isn't even really a crime if you think about it. And it's at about this time when the tongues of madness start to wear off, and you hear him, still very much not looking like an old lady, say, "Oh, dear, I think there's been some terrible mix-ups, officer. You're very strong and handsome. I don't feel like there's any need for this to become a problem." And they just smack him and tell him to shut the hell up.
He's smacking an old lady.
He's not an old lady. He still Eats Babies McGee. He's just
I know.
putting on a voice now.
Oh, okay. I was
The
going to say
illusion is
public
worn
opinion's
off.
going to be bad.
And in the meantime, Ott is escorted to an office where a very tired-looking chief of police sits across from you and says, "So, apparently you would like to claim the reward for the capture of the infamous serial baby eater, Eats Babies McGee."
So infamous, worth 600 gold in discovery.
Well, that was certainly the reward. However, there are 6 other people who have also come forward, and the guards who actually were reported to by those 6 other people.
A
So you've
bastard.
kind of got some explaining to do here.
Right, guards can't be the people to discover someone when They were called based on a havoc going off in a bar.
One of the more inebriated of the informants says, "Yes, I can. I saw Eats Babies McGee. He came out of that bathroom and he screamed, 'I babies!' So I was like, oh, that's Eats Babies McGee." And I was like, well, I stick around to get my babies eaten by Eats Baby McGee. So I ran off and I fetched a guard. And I was like, look, I know where Eats Babies McGee is. And he was like, oh, sweet, you're an informant. You should get the reward then. I don't think he said those words to me, but I am an informant and I should get the rewards. And then they went off, and then they did the bit. You know what they did? We're all here because Eats Babies McGee. He's gonna get hung, probably.
Right, I don't think
do
I
with
think this
baby
guy's
eaters?
too drunk to really understand what's going on. So I don't think that he's of sound mind enough to have really noticed it was Eats Baby McGee.
Yeah, not a reliable source.
Not unreliable
Well, I'm
source.
not as think as you drunk I am. And yeah, make a persuasion check then
Okay.
to overcome witness number 1.
23.
23.
I'm getting a lot of 3s.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you have expertise in persuasion, I'm pretty sure, don't you?
Oh yeah, but I mean like a lot of 23, 13, 23, 23. Yeah.
So yeah, people immediately go, he makes a fair point. I mean, Eats Babies McGee, like, he seems pretty drunk to have seen through that genius old lady disguise. So I tell you what, Mr. Sorry, I didn't catch your name, Mr. Dragonborn.
Heimlich Boundhofer.
That's brilliant. Mr. Boundhofer. Have you stolen that from somewhere?
No, just off the top of my
It's a
head.
really good fake.
Wow, I should have gone for that in the first place instead of
Damn.
Mr. IDK, Fart Hammock IDK.
Since when were you that imaginative? Okay.
Never.
Well, Mr. Boundhofer, perhaps you would like to give us your version of events.
Oh, bloody hell. Right, so I was at the bar and I saw Eats Baby McGee quite clearly disguising themselves as an old lady to lure children in a false sense of security.
You hear Eats Babies McGee shout, "I did it before, and I'll do it." Oh wait, no, I'm not drugged anymore. Oh. From the other room.
What's the last bit?
I'm innocent.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, sorry, good. That's right. So yeah, I think that's almost irrefutable evidence that Eats Baby McGee has quite literally and admitted themselves tried to disguise themselves as an old lady just to lure in children to eat them. And I myself, being a new someone who had just entered the bar and had not been drinking and still haven't actually managed to drink up to this point, realised that must have been Eats Baby McGee. And with the sign right next to the head on the wall, which, funnily enough, he was stupid enough to go to a bar with his face plastered on the wall where people might notice him and recognise him, he still continued to go in. Nevertheless, with my soberness of mind, noticed him with ease and calls for the guards to arrest him, despite the fact that some random drunk man elsewhere called for the guards, more probably for his own safety than knowledge that it was Eats Baby McGee. He was just shouting that it was a random drunk man going crazy.
Okay.
That's all I have.
He says, well, that does seem like a fairly compelling reason, but none of the guards actually have reported that you're the one who told them Eats Babies McGee was there.
I think. Well, it's from what I heard, the gentleman that ran out screaming things towards guards was more worried about just a racket and something. I don't know if they do eat babies on their own. Maybe they're confessing to their own crimes themselves. So the
You
fact
hear loud snoring come from the drunk man.
Well, you
again.
could say that you sent the drunk man to get a report, and you were trying to stop Babies McGee from escaping.
That's a fair shout. Actually, I really like that. You know, if it was canon, I'd be able to give you I'll give you like 10 gold for that, or like
damn.
some gold, but I couldn't do that.
Just a voice in your head.
It's a voice in my head.
Sure, you can say that.
But yeah, I'm gonna say that.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get as much gold
So
from this as
there is
possible.
one other thing that you need to overcome here,
Okay.
and that is that there are a lot of witnesses who did see a big red dragonborn guy selling drugs to the old lady who then was Eats Babies McGee.
There happened to be another dragonborn in this bar.
All right. That's a real dodgy alibi. And I'm going to need you to make a deception check with disadvantage.
Oh fuck.
Oh god.
16.
Disadvantage. Yep, you're right. Okay.
It would have been a nat
16.
20 otherwise.
Ah,
Lucky you got 16 to be fair.
I know, that's
doesn't
pretty
a
good.
nat 20 override?
no,
No,
disadvantage. You only take the lower of the two.
Mm.
So
So
it's not low enough that it immediately invalidates your claim.
Okay.
Okay.
But
But you're not going to get the whole reward yourself. It's
okay.
going to be split between the 5 remaining people
Fuck.
after the drunk guy was discounted. One of the remaining people was your contact.
What? Oh shit! Really? I was really hoping I could just get away with just giving them 5 schmeckles for this whole
So
incident, but fine.
yeah, so he pockets his share of the 600.
I mean,
said, you know what? You can keep the 5 gold, mate.
Yeah, he could have sold you out if he said anything as well.
Mhm. So where's that? 600 divided by 5 is 120 gold.
It's still pretty decent.
That's pretty good money for drugging a person
I can't remember if I
who
took off.
deserved it.
Right, he said I could keep the 5 gold, but I can't remember if I gave myself 10.
We're
I
just going to
didn't
assume
pay
you
attention.
gave yourself 10.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So
You
120.
just got
you said.
120 extra.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was Ott's adventure over the course of the week. Has anyone
And
else?
So the reason for doing that in the evening is so I can sneak back into the hotel at night with Erlan asleep and change
Mhm.
back into well,
Right,
change-
without Erlan noticing that you are still a shapeshifter.
yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't
Stealth
smart that I shared a room with Erlan for this little thing, but whatever.
Okay. Stealth check.
Do I need to roll?
Yep.
What do I need to roll?
Deception.
What, me or him? 29.
Nat 20.
Oh, no! No!
Erlan is pretending to be asleep and sees you shapeshift.
Can I?
Gotcha, bitch.
Shit, yeah. There's nothing I can do or say. Damn it! What a bastard. What are the chances? Okay, well.
I feel like Ott has some explaining to do here.
The knowledge about shapeshifting is for me.
And there's nothing that I can
funny.
say to kind of get myself out of this. Like, I used a potion that allowed me to change into something. I don't think that would
Can you
even
not
work
say
because, well,
Wait,
if he saw me with a nat 20, then surely.
Well, no,
Isn't
he just
Erlan-
saw you transform.
Okay.
isn't Erlan wasted?
This is like a day later.
Yeah.
Is it a day later?
Erlan's
Okay.
probably
It's just-
hungover.
Some point in the
but-
week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we've both got we've both got expertise on deception. Sorry, I've got expertise on deception. He's got expertise on perception, I presume.
I don't think.
No,
do
I
you
don't.
have- No,
just
you
got
just
lucky.
rolled a nat 20. And he has +6.
+6. Oh. Well,
You know, who says I'm going to say anything?
Yeah, but the whole
You
thing
just-
is
you
that you
keeping
don't
that
know
knowledge.
that. You don't know that I'm a shapeshifter. That's the whole thing.
Well, I've seen.
But
Yeah, but do I have to bring it up?
argue. Well, I could
You don't have
argue.
to bring it up.
Exactly.
That's
Do I
true.
have to bring it up? You know,
Do you want to?
I don't know.
I
Maybe.
mean, the DM is asking you.
Well, maybe I'll keep it as my ace in the hole.
You're just gonna sit on that little nugget.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, at some point in the future, totally unrelated to this event, Art is going to buy a shape-shifting potion to sell.
Okay.
That's a little bit meta, but
Okay. Sure. Not right now.
not right now. No, it's like it could be like 5
Because
games
Logan
time
doesn't
from
know
now.
how much that's gonna cost.
Yeah.
Logan doesn't know if there is one. There's almost certainly one, and if there isn't, there is now. But
Okay.
That
That's
makes
if you're
sense.
allowing me to meta that into the game in 5 sessions time.
well, no, it makes sense. Like an illusion potion. I mean, Jonathan Baby Eater or whatever his name was, but Eats Babies McGee was transforming using something, and he's not a wizard. So there's probably some way of doing it. Logan didn't think too much about this, all right? He didn't put too much thought into the stupid Rob sells drugs to people plot line.
Did I? I was just running with it.
This was improv.
It was pretty much mostly
You
improv.
didn't
I had like a,
plan Babies McGee?
No.
I didn't
Eats
plan
Babies
um,
McGee was
whatever
not one
name
of
I came
my
up with.
Heimlich something.
All I'm saying,
Yeah, I'm
yeah. All I'm saying, right? Oh,
Mm.
is that the only way that I'm not revealing is if you break Baby McGee out of prison?
Yeah, that's right. Secretly, Erland's actual big secret was that he's not a bard. He's been pretending to be a bard, and in fact, he's a rogue who works for the villainous Eats Babies McGee gang.
Baby McGee gang.
His
Yeah.
whole gang, wow. But how many
Yeah.
of them eat babies, or is it like a gang of people that
It's
bring
just
babies for eat
They
babies
bring
McGee
him
to eat?
babies, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Pretty dark, to be honest.
Man, that is some strange canon we've just added to
Yeah.
this game. I mean, I'll allow it. Oh, brilliant.
I feel
Okay.
like now in this village we should
Okay,
probably
good,
stop that baby eating ring.
Yolia and
You got rid of the person.
For now.
Carry on, Sarah.
I think Yolia and Hayaka not like, doing anything.
I don't know. It's up to you guys. Do you have any plans for the week?
Nah.
No, I don't think so.
You
Not
know what
after
would have
that.
been
Good with
really
this level of
smart for me to
chaos.
do? I've just
What are we
like
doing?
gone to the said to the guy who owns this hotel that we're staying in, you know what, I fancy another room. This guy snores, and then just gone into another room. That would have worked perfectly, but no, I'll just shapeshift in a room with Erlan. Oh,
You
never
could have
mind.
shapeshifted before coming back.
Yeah, or that. In an alleyway or something else.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like you have a whole city here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you dumbass.
But never mind. What's done is done.
Yeah, hindsight is it's some number or other.
And now the end is near.
Okay.
And so Art sees the final curtain.
So we're gonna skip through the rest of your downtime week with the news spreading all over the city and people celebrating the villain Eats Babies McGee has finally been brought to justice, thanks to one Mr. Heimlich Blobs, whatever his name was, Mr. Heimlich Maneuver. And Risu just recovering from her hangover from the previous day. Today's the day when you can get your lapel of, your pin of dark vision.
Yeah.
You are awakened by blinding, not sunlight, just in general light everywhere that's really uncomfortable, and you don't feel well.
And it took me a week?
No, we're just assuming you did this on like the last day.
Okay.
But Hungo Risu experiencing her first ever hangover awakens within the seedy, rusty spoon.
But me not remembering that I drank alcohol.
Well, I mean, you remember taking a swig. That's about where it stops.
Wow.
For some reason, all of the feathers on one of your wings have been dyed red.
It's blood.
Is it blood?
Blood of her victims.
It doesn't smell like blood.
Does
What
blood
does it
smells
smell
like
like?
paint.
Who painted me? Are there dicks on my face?
If you look in the mirror, your face looks like your face, but you're not wearing the mask of the Robin.
Oh, I hope I haven't lost it.
Have some of your feathers been shaved off without you realising?
Does she
She
still
has
have
no eyebrows
the?
anymore.
You've got no eye feathers.
No.
Does she still have the hole? That's the important question.
Yeah.
She does. She still has the handkerchief.
Okay, that's all right.
Cool.
Searching around, you do in fact find that for some reason in your inebriated state, you decided to leave the Mask of the Robin up on the roof.
Ah.
It's in fact in a bird's nest.
Oh.
Not one of your creation, you don't think, just an actual bird's nest. An owl seems quite fond of it and looks at you menacingly when you try and retrieve it.
I could be spookier than an owl.
You fight an owl for your Mask of the Robin.
These rolls are bad, man.
Okay. You intimidate it. It looks at you and
I get intimidated.
it doesn't seem to respond at all. It
So,
pecks at the mask.
What's your
Ah.
intimidation modifier?
But
Oh
mine.
yeah, that's right. Sorry, it should be 5 lower as well.
My
Oh,
intimidation.
intimidation isn't. Sorry, that's just
No,
persuasion.
deception.
It's only plus
Plus
2.
plus 2. All right. Surprising for such a small bird to have +2 intimidation.
She screech real loud.
Re.
Yeah. So
No. I'll just swipe it from the owl.
you smack the owl with your enormous strength, and it goes flying. It rights itself in the air, and then sort of like dizzily hovers down to the ground and the streets below. It seems alive, but extremely dazed.
I can't believe I hit it. Okay.
You're not drunk anymore. You're just really miserable and hungover and sick.
Oh, okay.
Your mouth tastes like paint thinner.
And I'm covered in paint. I need to find out why that happened.
This is now the Dude, Where's My Car episode.
Or the Hangover movie.
Yeah, the hangover.
Have I got to try and find out where Yolya is?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Yolya, where are you?
Scooby-Doo, where are you?
I don't know. Where am I?
Oh, no, it's up to you.
Where
When you want
am
to
I?
take first thing in the morning.
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
I don't know. Probably fucking
Being a-
chilling somewhere.
Sheep.
Vibing. You're eating breakfast downstairs.
I'm just
It's not a
vibing.
good meal. It's stale bread.
Nice. I decided to go somewhere else.
Okay. I mean, if you're willing to... how much are you willing to pay for breakfast?
I don't know. However much is worth actually getting something decent.
2 silver and you can get a home-cooked meal.
Fine, I'll do that.
Okay. You spend 2 silver and some small cafe eating a home-cooked meal, and as you leave, you see Risu with one of her wings painted red, walking around calling out for you.
I just look at her and I'm like, "What happened to your arm?
I don't know.
What?
It's just red, and I don't know where the red came from. It's not blood.
I investigated.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely... It looks like she's dipped her arm in a bucket of paint at some point. You remember her yelling about tattoos and
What?
then rushing off into the streets.
Oh no.
About when you lost
Oh,
track
no.
of her last night. Don't
Um,
think this is permanent. You think this is literally she's dipped her arm in a bucket of paint.
So I say, does she still have that water, that infinite water bottle thing?
No, I
Do
don't think
you?
I do.
I think you might have sold the decanter of endless water.
I'm like, come with me for a second, and I decide to go to somewhere with a water street of some sort and wash the arm.
Okay. I mean, the paint's dried on, but it will come off over the course of a couple of days, probably.
With
As
the
long as
whiskey?
you're like,
Would the
I
whiskey melt it? Because it's paint stripper.
I don't know, what did you do with the paint thinner whiskey?
Threw it away.
Threw it away. It's gone. You could always buy some more.
I mean, that's probably a happy barkeeper who found 1 gold.
Hmm.
Yeah, something that probably costs like a couple copper pieces or something.
Gold piece. Didn't even notice the bottle was gone.
I'm like, we'll
Basically,
find a
it's
way
only
to clean
one
up your
vessel.
arms, silly.
Okay. You guys are able to find some sort of chemical within the industrial like areas in the city that a gnome swears will not kill you. It will sting incredibly badly for the rest of the day, and it
but-
smells real bad.
But I'm clean.
But you do not have a red wing anymore.
Okay.
And,
Now if we go try and
I
find...
look at it and I'm like, do you feel better now? Your wing is no longer the wrong colour.
Yeah, better, but I still don't remember anything else. This whole week's just gone really fast. Where is everyone?
I mean, the party can have joined you if you want. I don't know. Where is everyone? Have you regrouped at the end of your week off?
Where's Chaddington?
In bed,
Hungover.
dying. I've constantly been throwing saving throws for the last week.
Oh yeah, that's expected of Erlan. His perpetual state is either drunk or hungover.
I'm really sorry, but can I ask that the session stops here for tonight?
I was going to stop the
Yeah,
session
we've
like
gone
after
for
you
about-
pick up the thing because it's getting towards 10 o'clock now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, so what we'll do
We
is
say we've all regrouped.
Yeah.
we'll say you've all regrouped, and I'm guessing this is sort of the end of your time in Bulwark.
Yeah.
Is you're gonna set out towards this missing village, or this village which has gone quiet.
Yeah.
We can start that next session.
Yay.
Yay.
Good game, everyone. I had fun.
Yeah, really good, thank you.
I had fun.
That was a,
Reese,
had
that was
fun
a
being
fast 3
drunk.
hours.
Yeah, trying to get drunk.